gonna go dark.
Welcome everybody and welcome to the Nerdz. It's Tuesday night and we are playing The Hunger Session 2. We've got a couple of announcements before we get going. On Thursday we have the Lorne campaign, Session 8, which we're really much looking forward to. And we have Power and Prophecy starting on Sunday, which they've been a couple of weeks since they played, so we're looking forward to Timber causing some damage. Tonight we have Mike playing Korvahn, Don playing Leoric, Song playing Cobbler, Salty playing Nahta'nos, and Mr. Bow playing Lorne. Right, we're going to get to it. And previously on The Hunger, the battlefield was silent, save for the distant echoes of dying men and the crackle of smouldering wreckage. Among the fallen, 4 survivors, Korvahn, Nahta'nos, Cobbler, and Leoric, rose from the carnage, bound not by trust, but by necessity. Despite the old wounds of war and the grudges between their races, survival forced them together. With the sounds of fresh conflict raging behind them, they fled to the tree line, scavenging what little they could. A dying soldier pointed them in the way of a lone cabin in the woods, a place of possible refuge. On the way, they found a wounded cart horse, its leg shattered in the chaos and the retreat. Mercy and hunger guided their hands as they ended its suffering, salvaging what they could to sustain themselves. As night fell, exhausted and wounded, they built a small shelter and cooked what meager food they had, but the wilderness had its own predators. Wolves descended upon the camp, drawn by the scent of blood and fire. The battle was brutal, and though the beast was slain, Nahta'nos barely clung to life. With no time to waste, they pressed on, avoiding patrols of the surviving soldiers still combing the woods. Finally, through the dense trees, they saw it, a small, crooked cabin by a brook. An old woman greeted them at the door, warmth in her face and her voice, a promise of food and shelter, but as they stepped inside, the door slammed behind them. The warmth of the hearth turned cold, and the real nightmare began. Her words were twisted, and her voice turning sharp and cruel. "Welcome to my lair." Now stood in front of you is Gwendir. Her thin, spindly arms hanging in unnatural angles. Her legs are bent with 2 joints on each, giving her a perpetual crouched and predatory stance. Long white hair, thickly braided, trails down her back and across her bony shoulders. Her skin is pale and leathery, stretched lightly over her frame, with dark veins visible beneath the surface. Her wildly green eyes almost glow in the dark, and her mouth, wide, lined with uneven, sharp teeth, pulls into an unsettling grin beneath a crooked, pointed nose. Her long, claw-like fingers twitch and curl, even when at rest.
My apologies. Gwendir does have a flair for the dramatic. Please sit.
She waves her hand, and 4 chairs scooch across the floor, go right beneath your legs, and you sit down.
Little lambs have stumbled into my web. How fortunate.
She steps forward to the pie, quite slow, and she's sort of running her fingers down the side of the walls.
Come closer, little darlings. Let me have a good look at you. Yes, tired eyes, filthy faces, and the reek of smoke and dying clinging to your skin. Oh yes, you've wandered very far from safety, haven't you?
You guys are all, as you sat in the cabin, it appears small. It's appeared small and crooked from the outside, but upon entering, you'll find it's a lot larger. It's almost double in size, and there's a mezzanine floor, which from the outside looked like it was single story. There's strange trinkets and alchemy tools hang all over the ceilings and walls, and there's sort of bits of junk in corners. There's burlap hanging. There's leaves and dried herbs growing in one corner. And you notice over to one side there is a sort of a nursery area. It's filled with toys that look like they've been made by her. The toys are handcrafted dolls, sort of stitched from burlap and straw, twig figures bound with hair and sinew, and carved small animals with far too many eyes. There's a small, battered, sort of teddy bear-looking creature in the corner, and with dark fur that looks like it probably came from an animal. As you look around on the floor, you notice you're not alone. You're not the only people in here. There is an elf bound and gagged on the floor. As Gwendir is speaking to you, the elf starts to wake.
He's awake. Good. He's been such dull company. No conversation at all. But you might have some fight left in you.
And she just pulls down the gag that is around Lorne's mouth.
Bitch. I push myself up to a seated position. Maybe not in a chair, but like on the ground right there. Mm-hmm. And I, excuse me. And I look over the 4 that are sitting in the chairs. And I don't say a thing. Lorne is probably the equivalent size of an average elf. His skin has an olive tone to it, maybe well tanned. His eyes are a dull amber with a black pupil. Well, both black pupils, but dull amber. His hair is ratty and long, a couple braids in it. Beyond that, he is covered in tattoos, but the tattoos are they're fashioned in a way to almost make my skin look like bark. So, like on my face, I mean, it's just lines and, you know, things to break up my my silhouette. However, there are other tattoos that do stand out, like that would be like, you know, native tattoos. You would notice across his chest whenever he sits up, there is a fresh branding across his chest. To those of you who do not read the Elven script, it means nothing. To those of you that do, The word is unbroken. And that is Lorne. So Lorne looks you over and then looks back at the witch or the hag.
I had a question about the dolls and such that are in the little play area. Are they like... Does it look like she made dolls to look like the size of children, or are they dolls made for children but there are no kids in the area for it?
They look... they're dolls for children. Yeah.
Okay. I knew it was creepy. I was just trying to figure out which brand of creepy you were getting in that. So,
we didn't go that dark.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the hospitality. What can we do for you this evening?
Well, like I said to you, fate has left you tattered and hollow. But I can fix that. You have wandered far from salvation. I can see it in your faces. And fate has not smiled upon you. But I can set you back on your feet. For a price.
She leans forward and her green eyes are sort of staring at all of you. And these are glaringly green eyes. They've almost got like a yellow to them. They're really sort of almost like something you'd see on a cat, not on a human. Well, she's not human, but yeah.
And if that price is steeper than we're able to pay, what then?
Oh, darlings, 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 darlings. Let me make my offer first, and we will see if you want to take my assistance.
She leans forward, looking directly at Korvahn.
A mother's love is something I have never been able to get. I need you to bring me a child, a daughter, someone young enough so I can shape, someone who can be mine. Do this, and I will heal your wounds, restore your strength, and even let you walk away with your lives. Fail me, unwell.
She clicks her fingers.
We'll have a different sort of conversation.
I want to do an insight check to find out when she's talking about the child, if she wants a child and be a mother. Does she have, as she's thinking of this child, is she thinking like evil thoughts to this child, like she wants to torment it, eat it, or Hansel and Gretel or whatever? Or does it kind of give her a spark of life or whatever? Like, she have good intentions, like maybe she just really wants to mother and maybe create a new child or whatever?
Yeah. Roll me an insight check. $17. So you can tell by the look in her eyes when she talked about having a daughter that this is something she longs for. You can see the preparation in the room. You know, it's nothing compared to what you generally see in a nursery, but it's best that she imagines a nursery is going to look like. So this is what she wants. You can tell that this is a desire that she longs for, to be a mother.
Okay. Thank you.
You'd have us kidnap an innocent child.
Depends how much you want me to help you on your journey. Like I said, I am very powerful. Many have come to try and kill Gwendir over the years. I am ancient. I am longer than time itself.
She walks over to a shelf and she sort of picks up what was once a beautifully carved, embroidered knight's helmet. It's got a big sort of worn feather off the back. And she holds it in her arms.
Some call me a monster, and for years, perhaps I was. But as I age, I need to have purpose.
She puts the sort of knight's helmet back on the side.
Loneliness is a heavy chain. Even I tire of my own company. A daughter would listen. A daughter would understand. Do this for me, and I will aid you on your journey. There is a village nearby of the free folk. They have many children and many lives. Bring one to me, and I will aid you.
Kor just kind of gets quiet, and you can see him sort of internalizing everything.
Excuse me.
Very, very sad.
Excuse me, ma'am. We have where we meet. Maybe we have a moment just to get together and talk to it amongst ourselves.
She starts to walk forward amongst all of you. And her legs, you notice the sort of double jointedness of her legs, and she's sort of like walking from side to side, but the agility, you can tell, like her legs are far longer than they should be. These two joints on either side are sort of working in sync with each other, and she's sort of almost like she's permanently crouched. She's ready to pounce. And as she goes up to Nahta'nos first.
You know, some dogs are trained to chase their own kind. Hard to tell whether they do it out of loyalty or fear of the leash.
She then walks past Lorne, looks down at him.
A boy shouldn't have watched his parents vanish before his eyes. One gone in an instant, the other, well, suffering tends to linger.
She continues to walk around the room. She looks at Leoric.
It's funny, isn't it? Some people run from poverty. Others run from gold. No matter how far they run, the weight still clings to their shoulders, doesn't it, little one?
She walks up to Cobbler, stroking him on the arm.
I've heard of a man who only raised his blade to the dying. A gentle hand, they said, but even enough men whisper, "Butcher, does the truth even matter?"
And last of all, she walks back, she's heading back towards the stove, and she sort of touches Korvahn on the back of the neck.
Most of your kind spit when they hear a human's name. But not you, no. There's one name that makes your heart ache, isn't there? Sora.
She just walks back to her pot.
Like I said, I have a deal for you. If you wish for my assistance. If not, then it's a different conversation.
And she's, her look changes from smiling to sort of staring at you all.
I mean, wouldn't you prefer to have your own daughter? Is that not a possibility?
These wombs dried up long ago, child. I am ancient, like I said. There's not much left in me.
Sorry.
Is there any questions you have, or any deference to what I am offering? Do not mistake
Excuse me, ma'am.
my mercy for weakness. Yes,
May I have a
young one.
moment to discuss? May I have a moment to discuss in private with my comrades here? Can we step away and talk about it amongst ourselves? To come
I
up
will
with the-
give you 2 minutes, but be wary. Gwendir here's all.
I just want maybe either 2 steps away or we step away from the table if we can. And I'll get together. I want to get everyone together.
As
And I let everyone know.
Sorry, as you go to stand up, you almost feel like you can stand again. It's almost like you were locked on the chairs.
And I pull everyone in a corner and I thought, I got an idea how we might get out of this. And if everybody, we get along and huddle together and quietly, I tell them, I got a sense, I don't know where it came from, but I got a sense that she doesn't really mean evil towards a child. I think she actually means to do it well. And I agree with you, Ekim, that by all means, are we not going to steal or kidnap a child just to give her there? But we might come across a child, say, there's wars ravishing outside. We went through it. And devastations everywhere. What if we were to come across
a few orphans?
Yeah, exactly. What if we come across some orphans that have nothing to do? We're not going to leave them where we came from. So maybe there is a silver lining or a possible good intention where we come across some abandoned or left alone child that we can give to her. And then with that I end it and leave it up to. But you guys, I'm the young and inexperienced one here. You guys, by all means, I respect you all, and you are far more experienced and smarter than I am. I'm willing to listen and follow your guys' lead.
Lorne,
Way I see it is either we're not leaving this room or we're condemning an innocent to a fate worse than death.
Lorne stays stoic and just blinks and observes the 4 of you talking.
You're still bound on the floor. So you're sort of sat against the wall, bound. So you're not stood up. You'll be near them, but you're not actually stood.
Yep.
Look, I've seen enough street urchins out in the major areas that any one of them would love to have a warm hearth, and even someone non-traditional for a parent is better than none. And I would gladly offer them the opportunity to be here, but I would hope she'd understand. I mean, once she has a child, imagine the horrors she'd visit on anyone trying to take that child from her. And she would have to imagine that any other parent would do likewise to anyone else trying to take it from them. So if she's willing to strike a bargain to where we can somehow communicate with her when we come across someone who she can truly claim and never have to worry about, I'll do it. And I'll even set a timeline that if we don't find one within a certain amount of time, I'll come keep her company. But I'm not going to just go and knock on a door and kick it open and take someone out and then have that be a thing. I'll just go into the stew pot before that happens.
I for once we agree on something. I would rather die than force this on an innocent person against their will. I'd no sooner subject any child to this, but
there's others that are suffering more than what they would here. It's just a matter of finding it.
If we can find someone that would willingly enter into this.
Great.
Agree.
I might not sleep well at night, but I'd sleep better.
I don't have a lot of faith that we're going to get that kind of time in this bargain, but that's where I'm willing to go. Otherwise, I'll go in the stew pot.
Well, right. And I mean, let's be realistic here. We know she's listening to everything we have to say, and
Oh, hi.
we have no room to negotiate. I say we
Okay.
try it, but I don't think she's going to go for it. I think part of the point of this is to force that on us.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I never did buy in on the argument of, well, if we don't do it, someone else will come along that will. Well, she'll have to wait for that.
Right.
Hello?
Yes, you.
She looks at Cobbler and she goes,
My stew pot is not big enough for you, little man.
While Cobbler and she are talking, I'm going to try and kneel down and start untying the as yet unnamed elf on the floor.
okay. Fine.
Yes, you can take that one with you as well. He fell into my arms, broken and bleeding. As the fires died down astray, I took him in, cleaned him up. He should be grateful enough. But gratitude is a fickle thing, wouldn't you agree, Korvahn?
As soon as she says my name, I'm just going to glare at her.
Yeah, even as Korvahn is untying Lorne, his eyes never veer away from the hag. As Korvahn is untying me, he's also close enough at this point to notice that my left ear is, it's there, but it's gnarled. Like, it's not clipped. It's chewed up. And it's fresh. Like, it's not like pussing or anything bad, but like, this didn't happen a year ago. This happened probably on the battlefield. Or sometime after that, maybe.
So, what can I count as your answer, little lambs?
I assumed you heard it.
Oh, I did, but I need to hear it from your voices. Do you agree to my terms? You bring me a child, and I aid you on your journeys.
We will bring you a willing child, if that's all right. We just ask for the time to find one.
I give you 7 days to bring me a child.
I'm assuming there'll be some magic at play that if we don't, we just drop dead at the end of the 7th day.
Gwendir is always watching, my dear. And if you do not bring me what I desire, you will wish you give me your own daughter with the pain that I will inflict upon all of you.
Fun.
Good. Very good, very good, very good. Anyway. You may find the Free Folk village not far from here. They care for their children, guard them like treasure. But treasures have a way of slipping through fingers, don't they? Go on now, and don't keep me waiting.
Lord does not hesitate to walk out the door.
See?
And the door opens as you walk up to it.
See, I am a woman of my word. Take him with you, he may prove yet useful.
Have you bought? Sorry, go on.
Well, I feel it bears mentioning that one of our number is rather gravely injured at the moment. It would be beneficial to our task if our group was mended beforehand.
Yes. How silly of me.
What you think?
And she claps her hands, and this array of light comes out from her mouth. She stands with her hands up against you all. Sort of dust and wood chips start to fall from the ceiling, but not at a normal gravitational pace. They just sort of drift down to the floor, and you all feel a warmth inside your body and your stomachs that you haven't felt since you woke up on the battlefield. You all are clean, up to 5 points. You all are healed fully, and you have no ailments.
I am a woman of my word. Remember, little lambs, your fate is bound to me now. Don't disappoint me.
Yeah,
See,
we're
she
getting
seems
the hell out of
familiar.
here.
Yeah, we're getting it.
Yep. Doorknob hitting me on the ass. All that.
Yep.
You head outside, and in front of you is the beautiful brook that you saw before, and just sheer woodland.
I approach that brook, wash my face real good, get my hair back out of my face, that kind of shit. Turn to the others, and as they're exiting the cabin, I'm known as Lorne. That's all you need to know.
I'm gonna fill my water skin up.
Good point.
I'm going to do the same thing.
Does the
and
water
along-
look safe to drink?
Roll me an investigation check.
Where is it? Yeah. Oh, come on. That was a 19.
Yeah, it's safe to drink.
I mean, all water has chunks in it, right?
That's true.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing. Fill out my water skin. But not only that, I'm going to grab on the shore, find some sand, and I'm going to just grab a handful of sand and fill up one of my pockets with it.
Sure.
I could say.
Dude, he's taking the pocket sand's my thing, bro.
He's doing a Dale Gribble. Get him.
That's pocket sand. Every character is equipped with pocket sand at all times.
Oh boy.
I do apologize. She would have told you that the Freak Folk village is to the east. Sorry. That was my bad.
Oh, just another random direction that we can head. We did find this place.
Let's get some distance. We can talk about it on the way.
Yeah.
Lorne, I'm Cobbler. I'll keep you alive if I can.
I haven't introduced myself yet. It's been a long couple days. But you can call me Cor for now.
And you, boy.
Hi, I am Leoric. That is all I remember. I can't remember much in the past.
Well, remember
Remind me-
this. Remember this. I'm from the Four Hills. That's all you need to know about me.
And you notice me, I got my eyes all swollen. I can really only see out of one eye. And obviously I had head trauma.
Oh, she fixed that.
She fixed all of us.
Yeah.
Oh, she picked it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then my joke of she only told Leoric once is a bad joke, right?
Yes, you're all well fed. You're all well rested. You're all clean, up to 5 points.
Oh, so hygiene goes up to 5.
Hygiene, she sorted you right out.
Nice.
Lorne,
Your deep wound is gone, Nahta'nos.
I can walk normal now.
Your pulled muscle is, has healed.
Oh,
Cobbler has his tooth back. And you're in the woods.
Lorne,
Beautiful
you're
woods in front of you.
You're one of the free folk?
We should head east.
As we go.
As you head for the woods, the sun is beaming through the tree line, the canopy, more than you'd seen for the last sort of 2 days. You woke on the battlefield. It was dusk. This is the first sunlight you've seen, and things feel good. Despite the situation you were just in, it feels good. You look behind you to almost get your bearings, and you can see the babbling brook. But there's no cabin. You continue walking through the woods.
heavy match.
You continue walking.
As we're walking,
Sorry, go on.
as we're walking through the woods, Lorne says, "Stop." To the party. I'm sorry. Lorne looks at all of you, and then he looks at the dwarf. Squint my eyes. This is how this is going to go. We're going to reach the village to the east. Dwarf, you're going to sell me. You'll trade me for a child if you need. Get this done. Avoid the violence, avoid the killing. Make the deal. Get it done.
Right, and who's to say maybe they're not aware of this inhabitant they've got as their nearest neighbor over here, and maybe either A, they might have some war orphans that would gladly leave town, or B, maybe this little town says, all right, well, let's finally do something about this, and they all come with us and we try to burn that cabin to the ground.
That was the other option I was going to give you as we go to the village.
I
And
hate go to this place, but she didn't specify it had to be a living child.
Yeah, Lord's not affected by that one bit. Like, he's not at all. He's just like, well, yeah.
Every time you got a cemetery, right?
However, like the dwarf was saying, there's nothing also saying we can't just go to this town, this village, and let them know there's a hag that wants a kid.
Right, straightforward, just don't sugarcoat it, why not?
But if the town is willing to part with the child, I offer myself up as trade. We have no coin. We have nothing of value.
The value is a home for the child.
Dwarf, that's not going to work. That is a hag.
Right.
I think we're missing another important point is of the 5 of us, depending on who's living in this village, they're not going to let a child leave with us.
That's why I was speaking to the
village
dwarf.
of humans is going to allow one of their children into the company of 3 elves?
No. They won't, but they will with the dwarf.
Maybe.
You think a village of... What if they're more free folk? You think a village of elves is going to let one of their children in the company of a dwarf and a human?
No.
On their word?
Well, it really depends what the village is going to be, what situation the village is in.
I think we take our time. We have 7 days. I think let's spend some time watching this place and get a feel for who we're about to ask this of.
Right. I'm also curious. The village can be a cluster of 6 houses, or it could be like several hundred with, actual streets and, its own personality, where you might actually have some free roaming street urchins that, that sort of a thing. Won't know till we get there, unless somebody's got a map. Didn't think so.
East.
So let's see if we can find this place first.
Yeah.
Okay, so if the village isn't really all that far away... No, this is not... I don't know if you said it was or not. A village obviously is a congregation of people. It's to some capacity, be it 5 or 500. Even though we are in a forest, I will keep my eyes and... Yeah, my eyes really fixated on the sky, looking around, looking for pillars of smoke from like chimney smoke.
Okay.
Things like that. Or timber that's been cut. Like if there have been fields that have been cleared, that kind of situation.
Which direction you going?
East.
Do you know where east is?
Can I make a nature or survival roll?
You certainly can.
So I look up at the sky, try to see where the sun is. And what would you rather have, sir? It doesn't matter to me.
You choose.
Direction, I'm going to go with survival. Boom! I point to the west. This is a quicker route.
You gonna circumnavigate to get there?
Yeah.
We went north to get to where we found you.
Yeah.
How in the fuck can I start this out rolling a 1 trying to fuck?
Welcome to the hunger.
Yeah, right? While they're looking around doing that, I'm going to be looking at the trees for moss and seeing which side that's growing on. See if I can get direction that way, because I feel like the canopy is a little thick for looking where the sun is.
Roll me a nature check, please.
That is a 13.
Okay, so from looking at the moss growing on the trees, it does actually generally grow on one side. It does curve around the tree, but you can tell that it's higher on one side.
Actually, don't remember offhand. I think moss always grows on the eastern side of the tree, right?
I don't quite remember
my
which
woodcraft
side
is shit.
I have no idea.
I know that's a thing.
I was waiting for you to tell me.
No, I think it's north.
A made-up thing.
I think the old wives' tale is it's north, I think, but I think it's a wives' tale.
Fine.
Yeah.
Well, in any case,
Tends to grow on the north-facing side.
You
of
start to
trees.
get your bearings with this. With you can
east is this way.
Yeah.
This is north. That's
knowing
east.
with your extensive elven knowledge and your background in growing up in the woods, you know that moss always grows on the eastern side of a tree.
Cannon.
From looking around with a 13, you see quite a lot of eastern side growing tree moss. So you determine that is the direction and head off.
We should go this
All
way.
right, before heading off, and everyone's doing what they're doing, I want to look around, look up and down the riverbed, just walk around shortly later. Look at the trees or whatever. I want to look for mistletoe, if I can find any mistletoe and lodestone.
Okay, roll me a nature check, please. With a 14, you find... Is it lodestone you're looking for?
Yeah.
Okay,
Couple of them.
with a 14, you find 2 pebbles of lodestone in the stream. No mistletoe.
Okay.
Yeah, lodestone can help guide and direction, right?
Yeah, it's a cheap magnet
Yeah.
stone that
Help
old,
us ship it in water.
yeah.
I'm gonna gather some of that moss.
Roll me a D4, please.
Makes bandages in a pinch.
You grab 4 bundles of moss. 4 handfuls.
Leoric, I need to ask if you'd be willing to part with one of those.
What was that?
One of those lodestones.
I kind of need to, but I'm more than happy if you ever need one.
If
I'll
it
let
comes
you
up, I might
use
have
it.
to borrow it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by all means, I will do
And-
that.
You can tell I feel really weird asking anything of you, just given my own personal feelings and also how I've kind of been the last couple of days. It's strange and awkward for me to.
Oh
ask.
yeah, and I'm just as awkward with you coming to me knowing what you're gonna, and I kind of try to keep it distant from you, not from fear, even though there is some fear in the back of my head, but it's more of I understand your position. For some reason, you don't like me, but out of respect, I try to keep that distance. I try not to offend you, so I kind of am a little leery and try to be away. I'm trying not to offend you.
Thank you.
You can tell by the sun and the position in the sky that it's coming through the canopy that it is around 10 a.m. How do you wish to proceed?
We're going on a hike.
All right.
It'd be good if we arrived
Go on an
before
adventure.
dark if possible, so we should try to make good time.
Yeah, who's-
Strangers after dark never are good.
who is leading the party, the hike?
I mean, I guess I'm using my bullshit moss knowledge to guide us through the woods. So I think that just defaults to me, right?
So Lorne's back there silently second guessing why we're going this way when obviously we should be going west. But he's not vocalizing it, of course.
He's got a puss look on his face. Okay. Roll me a d20, please, sir.
All right. That is a natural 20.
Nice. Beautiful.
Go.
So we're...
Teleport to the.
Oh, there it is.
Sorry.
After a day's travel through the dense forest parts, you come to an opening clearing where the woods is no longer, and revealing a village of wooden longhouses and tents. The free folk move about warily, men, women in patchwork armor, children playing near the fire. No guards stand watch, but every villager moves with a quiet awareness someone is expecting trouble.
So this is an elven village.
It's free folk. So it's a mixture. You can tell by looking in.
Oh, okay.
It's a mixture of people.
Gotcha. Okay.
You stand on the border of the village, sort of in the woodline.
We pleaded him.
I don't think they have much by way of like an inn or a tavern for us to go and get information out.
By the time you arrive at the village, it is 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, I think I walked on salty there. What were you saying, bud?
I was just saying we should probably announce our presence before just walking into someone's village. 5 strangers rolling up into a village unannounced might be.
What is the closest adult to us?
There is a human working sort of almost a plot of land which looks like he's growing some sort of vegetable. He is approximately 200, 300 meters away. The village is in a large clearing, so they can sort of see around them.
I'm gonna sidle up next to Leoric and kind of give him a almost playful, but a little bit harder than maybe even I intended to, like a little shove in the back to like push him forward of like, I think you're up, kid.
Okay. Any advice on how I should raise our attention?
Carefully.
Anything more? I turn around to Cobbler. You have any ideas?
Start with asking if there's anywhere we could shelter for the night, even if it's just a barn or dwelling. We could just really use a dry place to sleep tonight, and then maybe we work on the other thing in the morning.
Okay. All right, sounds good. And then, all right, then I'll stroll up to the human, and I'll go to. And from a distance, I don't want to like startle him. I want to make sure he sees us coming. Hey there, good sir. May I have a moment? We are weary travelers. And is there some place in town we seek some shelter? Do you have an inn in town? Or I mean, we'd even stay in an old rundown barn if there's anything available.
Who are you? Like, where did you come from?
My name is Leoric. There, good sir. And we just came from that way.
He's just sort of working the land. You got elves with you?
They're harmless. They're okay.
And I'll
I vouch
actually
for myself.
walk up and you can see on my face that this is not something I'm happy to be doing right now, but I'm going to do my best to sell it. And I'll walk up and just kind of like, Master, here's your water skin. I apologize for interrupting you, but the rest of the group is a little weary. And
we don't agree with any of that around here. This is a free folk village. We don't have no people here with elven slaves. It's not what we do. No.
I'm not a slave. I'm indentured, but I am not against my will. I am paid a reasonable sum for my duties.
Yes, he is not my slave. No, I agree with you there, sir. I would never own any slaves myself.
Says the human to the elf.
Free elves.
I worked as a squire for him in the conflict to the south, and we've been.
This guy just eyes up. This guy just eyes up Leoric and he's like,
This boy? You squire to this boy?
I was given the position by his father.
He doesn't look like much to me. I mean, I don't know nothing much about knights and stuff, but I mean, how many of them are you? I can't count so much.
There are 5 of us.
5, okay. I'm gonna have to.
Sir, I give you my word.
And the dwarf?
They are on. There's 3 elves, me, and a dwarf.
All are welcome here at Free Folk. You know, we're a nice little town, but you know, we are a bit wary of outsiders, and you know, we're not too far from that big battle that went on down the road. About 2.5 miles, 3 miles away. You still see the smoke rising above the tree line. I haven't got authority. I ain't got nowhere. I just sleep in a shed. I ain't got nowhere to sleep. You might be able to speak to, I don't know, Goran. Goran might be able to help you out, or you go speaks to Rowan Tallow. He's our elder. He's not our leader, but you know, he does know a thing or two about stuff, you know. But you know what?
Do you know where we might find them? So I can help my young lord learn the ways of.
Look here, my fine friend. I've been working this land all day. I don't know where they are. You're gonna have to go into town.
Where are they most likely to be? Do they have a
I just don't know where they piss. Let me have a think. I tried the big bar in the center of town. That's where most folk go when they got nothing to do. I don't know.
I appreciate you.
Now be on your ways. Go into town. I'm trying to work. Come on, you lot. Christ, these plants ain't gonna grow themselves, are they?
Turn to Leoric and kind of bow and take my water skin back and sort of shuffle back a little bit. But as I'm leaving under my breath, you know, I'm kind of just like, I'm not gonna do that again. And then I'll kind of back up.
Oh, it was fine. All right, good day there, sir. No more troubles to you. Thank you for your...
Yeah. Get on with it. Go on.
Wait, we go. All right.
Trying to work here.
And I start walking off towards town.
okay. So it's a smallish village. There's probably, I'd probably say 30 little huts, with one central, they call it the barn. But if ever there was to be a fortification or a stronghold or a castle, it would be this. It's not a castle anyway. You can tell by looking at it. It's just a barn, as per the picture. But yeah, as you start walking into town, that people are staring. It's muddy streets, thatched roofs, the smell of wood burning. There's an elf to one side that's carving up a deer. She's got it hung outside her door, and she's cutting it down the center, and she sort of looks as if, just, you know, with a sort of concerned look. You hear the chinking of a smith somewhere in the village. And how would you want to proceed?
We need to find Goring, right?
Or the leader.
Well, you know who would probably have a good beat on that would be the smith, don't you think? He seems like a pretty important person in town.
Yes. And I'll kind of turn around and look to Nahta'nos, knowing, again, like, just trying to respect Korvahn. Nahta'nos, they said this is a free town, they don't like slaves, and maybe you should walk like side by side me instead of like behind me, so that people won't think that you're my slave or anything. If we look like we're equals.
Yeah, okay. Makes sense.
As we're passing the elf female who's doing chores or whatnot.
She's cutting open a deer.
Greetings and well met, ma'am. As I walk by and I give her a nod. Say it in Elvish.
She looks back at you and nods herself.
That's not
Cool.
my deer, is it?
Gorham? I say, like, as a question. Gorham? And I raise my hands like...
Do I look like Gorham to you? God, he's bloody ferret, bloody... You're from the city, ain't you? I can tell just by smelling it on you. Gorham's over the back. You can follow the chink in. Do I look like a smith?
She's just cutting open a deer.
There you go.
All right. Narrows it down a little bit.
I disregard the woman after that. I don't even acknowledge her shit talking. She says the chinkin. I turn and I go, there you go. And proceed to move toward the smithy.
Out of pure unbridled curiosity, does that deer happen to have an arrow wound in its ass?
Roll me a perception check.
It's an 11.
You look it up and down. This she's halfway through carving the skin off. You cannot tell whether this was
it might have
whether this
it
was
might
your
have
deer.
5 hours ago. Yeah, right.
I bet that was my deer.
Mm-hmm.
She just sort of looks. She's looking you over as you're sort of walking through town, as if to say, "What the hell are these guys?" You got this town is a very close-knit community of people that have escaped the city. So for people to just be turning up, especially mixed folk, is very strange.
To the smith.
Cha-chink. Cha-chink.
Okay. As you walk through town, you hear the laughter of children in the street. You see two run across the T-junction in front of you and disappear. There's an old lady sat on a chair. Looks like she's pulling some sort of weave together. And just in front of you, you can see an open barn, hay strewn all over the floor, an anvil, and a stocky, red-haired dwarf using the anvil, working his still. You can hear the fire of his furnace in the background as he pumps it with his billows. It's a very makeshift smithy. Looks like it used to be a stable of some kind.
Our Dutch Cobbler.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. You're just gonna be like, all right, your turn.
Everyone looks at the dwarf silently.
What? You think I know how to smith? Oh, the other thing. Right. Fine. I will step to the doorway, but not through it. And in Dwarvish, I will say, I request permission to enter your smithy, sir.
You hear the hammer giving it ching, ching, and it stops. And you, what the bloody hell was that? Is that another dwarf? Is that another dwarf I see? Hey, well, come on in. Come on in. What the bloody hell have you been?
I've been...
Look at that fucking stay.
We just got here, actually. Refugees from the big fight that you can see the smoke from.
Yeah, we heard the battle. Yeah?
Yeah, nobody won that one, I don't think.
Well, it's a pleasure.
Whoever does.
Pleasure to meet you. And he swings his arm and does like the sort of predator greeting. And the sort of arm in arm. Yeah, just so. Peace be with you, brother.
Thanks. We are directed to here to get our bearings on things. This seems like a pretty small, tight-knit community kind of a thing, so...
You can say that. You can say that.
How far out are we from the next bastion of civilization, would you say?
Well, you got Chalisk. Probably a couple of miles to the north. You got Seagrave, which is nowhere near the fucking sea, but, you know, it's just south of Travern. That's probably a 10 mile.
Alright. How big's Chalisk? I haven't been myself.
Well, it's a wee city. I'd say it's got about 1,000 people.
Alright, so it's a fair little thing.
Who's that? You with them elves? Are they yours?
We all... Nope. Don't trade in that.
Aye, that's good to hear. That's good to hear.
No. I think we were all pawns of whoever it was that was in charge of the one side or the other of that fight, and we just got the hell out when the smoke cleared, so...
Aye, we saw the dragon. Absolute fierce thing. Flew over top. And there was a blinding light.
That's the last thing I remember. That's about the last thing I remember, and then the next day...
I ain't seen
pulled a few bodies off of me.
Never even knew dragons existed. You know. Then there was that blinding light, and the noise just stopped.
Yeah, that puts the end of a fight real quick. My companions and I, we're just looking for a place to spend the night that we're not in wet leaves and muck. Is there... We don't have much either. It's not like they send you out into the battlefield with a full purse. So,
yeah, hear that?
We could do a fair bit of work for it, or if anybody has just got a spare barn that we could sleep on the hay in and make our way the next day.
Tell you what, I got the barn around the back. You can hitch yourselves up there. I'm gonna need a few favors. I got some wagon around the side. It's got a couple of sacks on it. Get that young human boy or something. Get him to carry on some of those sacks to my furnace, you know. And yeah, we'll call it a deal. My old back can't handle it.
A few of the ones that are with me are a bit prideful. They'd appreciate if you asked them directly instead of through me. If you're if you're amenable.
I thought you were their leader.
They figured I spoke smithy, so they sent me in to negotiate.
It's because you're a wee dwarf, wasn't it?
I mean, I'd have done the same if it had done,
I'll speak to them. And he gets up and and you can say you got a big old belly on him. And he's walks outside. Right, you lot. Speaking to your wee friend here. You can lodge in the barn around the back, but I need those 10 bags of coal shifted to my furnace, and bring the cart round. And then when you're done that, you can sleep there till morning. But, I got a new delivery of hay coming, so let's not fucking stay too long,
Oh, thank you, good sir. Well, I will do that.
Yes, sir.
Most definitely.
Kind of nod and chew on my lip.
I tell you what, this boy's born with a spoon in his mouth. You got a bit of money, every man. He's looking at Leoric.
Unfortunately, sir, no. We came from over there, pointing for the fire. I said, no, I have no coin.
I got some good goods if you got money, but hey, I don't accept charity,
Or maybe I'd be appreciating some kind of barter with you. I could maybe work some things for you.
He looks you up and down. He says, "Don't think you got much I want, lad. But
I look.
Maybe come back another time.
Okay.
Right. Fuck off. Barns on the back."
Leoric makes his way back around to the wagon or the barn where things need to be done.
Yep.
Okay.
Same.
Yep.
As you walk around the back, you see a large, what's the word? Cart around the back of the. Sorry, my wife's just coming. A large cart around the back of the barns. You can tell that the devious little dwarf. It wasn't 10 bags. It's about 25 bags of coal on the back of the cart. They're approximately the sack size. This is going to be a 3-man job. Who's going to be moving them, or are you going to be moving them?
I said he wanted the cart brought around too, right?
Yes. Once it's unloaded, bring the cart back around the front.
So maybe while they're all loaded on the cart, we move the cart around front and then unload from there.
It's actually by the back doors, so they need to be unloaded into where the cart is.
It
just hasn't
okay,
done.
I see.
Is there any loose
realized there was
coal
two
just kind of sitting around?
Fancy hovel with two doors.
It's more open all the way through. It's not really that there's a front and back door. It's like
no doors.
It has sides on each end. That's it. You can
canopy than a barn.
Yeah, you can still see him just whacking away.
I'll climb up in the cart and I'll toss him down.
Sorry, Korvahn, did you ask if you
make a line out of it?
Sorry, Korvahn, did you see if you any loose coal?
Yeah, kind of just in the bed of the cart. Like, are there happening to be any little loose nuggets of coal or anything like that?
Tell you what, roll me an investigation check. See if you can spot anything.
That's gonna be a natural 20.
Woo! Roll me a d6, please.
10 sessions of D&D with the nerds, and this is the only 2 20s I've rolled the entire time. And I'm a DM, damn it. That is 3.
Within that 20, that's
You're a
6.
DM.
You have 6 nuggets of coal that you find loose on the floor from a split
I'm
bag.
going to surreptitiously try and sort of squirrel them away on my person.
Nice. You
In
do
your
so.
purse.
Right, who's moving this coal?
I grab.
I'll move
I
some
grab-
coal. That'll sell me
I'll grab it.
stealing coal.
I'll grab a sack or 2 or whatever I can carry at a time, and if we need to make a dozen trips, so be it. I'll just start.
Well, that's what
Grabbing
I'm
a sack.
saying. Why make a dozen trips when there's 5 of us?
All right, we'll make a chain.
Yep.
Make a chain.
Hand them
I'll
over.
pull
I'll
them out, hand them down, pass them down.
Start
All
it
right, I
swinging,
wanna be
keep
at-
the rhythm going.
Okay,
All right, I'll be at the end of the chain. I want to be inside, close to the furnace or whatever.
right, this is how we're going to do this. I'm going to need you all to roll a strength check, but let's do it one by one so I don't get confused. So, Korvahn, do a strength check, please.
Just straight strength, not
Straight
athletics
strength.
or anything.
No, just straight strength.
With a natural 2, that is going to be a 14.
14 for you. Right, okay. Leoric? $12. Okay, Cobbler.
Well,
Lorne's got some guns on him, yeah.
12. Yeah. Nat.
Woo!
Is hello, Mr. Dice.
Yeah.
9. Oh. And Mr. Lorne. That one. 15. Okay. Okay, you just hit the DC on that. You manage to unload all the bags. It takes you approximately 45 minutes. You all load them in place. You've got an empty cart. Do you want to push the cart around the front as requested as well?
Yeah.
Fine. Done.
As I wanted to be at the end of the chain for a reason, I want to look around the furnace, look around his smithy here. I want to know if I see any tools or anything that's broken that needs repair.
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
Roll me a perception check, please.
I'll start moving the cart around.
I'll help.
I'll do that. While you're looking. That 13.
From those rolls I imagine I've got the highest strength pierce.
19. You look around the furnace and the anvil area. Goran is in front of you, working away. You can see lead on the side of the stone-built furnace. There are broken tools, unfinished tools. There's pliers. There looks like a dagger with no hilt. There are just raw pieces of iron that are ready to be worked. There's a few tools on there. Anyway.
All right, I go over to him and I typically, good dwarf, sir. If you don't mind, I may not have no gold to barter with you or to buy things from you, but I do have some skill and some talent with tools. And I go over and if you don't mind, sir, and I head towards one of the broken tools. I reach in my pocket and I pull out those 2 lodestones I have, and I'm going to cast mending on it to mend the tools. And how this looks is, to me, I use, for my voice, I use singing. I will hum some notes and sing, thinking, getting the sound vibration to manipulate part of the molecules in there, not only the lodestones, mechanic, the magnetism in them. So I'm sliding the lodestones over and under the where it's broken, so I can mend them together at the same time. I'm basically singing along like do re. I'm just singing la di da di da di da, trying to use together the sounds of music and the magnetic stones to try and mend these.
Beautiful. I'm going to ask you to roll me a dexterity check, please.
Can you pick anything other than dexterity?
No.
Not now.
Not now you can. Now you said that.
With disadvantage.
Yeah. Get yourself a disadvantage for that one. With a 14, you do a fantastic job. They don't feel as new as they once were, these pliers, but they've done a nice job.
And I go, here you go, good sir. And I told him to repair. I'd like to have talents. Could I trade and help you out here in the smithy for a little bit, just repairing anything you need to maybe use that for purchase of some goods.
I tell you what, you've done a cracking job on those, Was that you bloody singing?
Oh, yes.
I thought that was the missus. I thought Christ you'd found me,
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to start on you. Just my way of doing things.
You got a beautiful voice of a lady, I tell you. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, you've done a cracking job. What do you want from? What are you after, lad?
Well, sir, if it's possible, I'm assuming. I mean, we walked into town. We came across the old farmer working the fields, and he kind of told us about you, and led us to you. And so, got farmers out there. I'm assuming that you're the smith. Maybe you're creating some farming tools or whatever. I would really like, if you had, thinking of farming tools, a sickle. Do you make sickles?
Sickles, you say? I mean, I could. I got the materials here, but it's going to cost a wee bit to do. It's going to cost you more than just fixing me pliers,
Anything you want, sir. I would greatly appreciate it. Do anything you want for it.
Anything I want is gold, lad.
Well, if I come across, I'll see if I come across, but
I got nothing in stock. No sickles. I'm gonna have to make this. This is a 2-day build. That's just gonna cost you 10 gold.
10 gold? All right. Thank you very much, sir.
No problem.
Is there anything? We finished loading unloading the cart for you, and my comrades are pushing the cart to the front as we speak. Is there anything else you would like from us?
I tell you what, lad. Take these. And he hands you 3 arrows. And they're bone-tipped. You know. Fletched with crow feathers. So take those as, fixing me pliers. It's appreciated.
We appreciate you. Thank you very much. And
Okay.
I'll start walking outside to the front to
Sure.
meet up with everybody else.
Okay. I'll get on with my work. Thank you.
Good evening to you, and tell the dwarves I said hi. Tell the wife I met.
All the dwarves.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to make any presumption or anything. Please excuse me. I was a slip of the tongue. I bit my tongue there as I was speaking.
I tell you, I'll give these pliers to the missus later. She's got to do her toenails. She'll be well up. She'll be well made up. And he goes back to work.
Depart.
Goes back to work in the amble. The rest of you
walk towards the front.
Okay. The rest of you have worked your way around the side. Obviously pushing the cart round to the front for him. The barn is all yours if you want to use it.
Right. So, while we're pushing and grunting and everything like that, I did find out from him that we're only a few miles from a much larger small city named Chalisk, which I think will probably have better luck finding what we're looking for. It sounded like it's probably about the same distance to there that we traveled today, so we should be able to make it there tomorrow, which would then put us within a day or so of getting back to the thing. So still within our timeline, but I think we'll have better luck there than we're having here to find a wayward lass.
We're not gonna find it.
We're gonna find ourselves running from pitchforks and torches is what we're gonna find.
Yeah. Tarred and feather is not how I want to spend my day.
Yeah, I think we made a good impression so far in this town. Let's not ruin that.
Does he, the Gorin?
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of just like in the back of the barn now while he's working and stuff.
There's a small wooden partition that's got some vertical timber cladding on it, which is sort of breaking the two of you apart. There's hay out the back, which is sort of spilling into the sort of smithy area. There's a small sort of archway in it. Very primitive made, it's all made with sort of gnarled branches. There's no carving, there's no carpentry to it. It's been framed together.
Kind of looking around his forge, like when we were in there, and then now that we're having time to sort of rest and relax. Like, I assume he's making largely farm implements, but does it look like he has any weaponry that he's crafted?
Shovels, hoes, horseshoes.
Sure.
You would have seen maybe a sword in the corner, but there wasn't masses. He gave arrows to Leoric, so
right.
Those sort of wares. Light weaponry.
I'm actually I'm gonna go over to him and just pardon me, sir, but when we go to make our way out of town tomorrow, is there anyone or anywhere in town that might be able to provision us if we needed it for travel?
I
know it's a small town.
Yeah.
I know that's a lot to ask.
We don't have a merchant as such, but we do have old Mags, the herbalist. She sells all sorts of garbage. She you see her over there in that chair, and she points over to the old lady that was weaving.
Okay.
She might be able to sell you some items, some basic goods, but she's no shop.
Okay. No, I appreciate the information. Sorry for taking your time.
Yeah, why not? Absolutely. I always enjoy finding another fellow elf, My people have been mean as hell to you lot, and I like to assist where I can.
Quite know what to say to that, but thank you for your hospitality.
Aye, here in Free Folk, we We don't abide by the rules. We do what we want.
It's different. Very different.
Aye. Yeah. How long this town will be here, I don't know.
Long time, hopefully.
Mm.
And trying to make my way back to sort of where we're gonna bed down for the night. Just dumbfounded look on my face over the interaction I just had. Like,
What got you?
another decent person. That's what.
What?
Nope.
Sorry. No luck, I take it, though?
Well, he did point me in the direction of the old woman over on the porch there. Might be able to help us out with some odds and ends. For traveling. I don't know what that means, but thought it would be prudent. We got a place to bed for some work. Maybe we can get some supplies for some work.
I've got those 2 wolf tails we might be able to trade as well, if that's what she does.
That's true.
Let's go find out.
That was very smart, fixing his tools.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta give you credit for that. That was well done.
Does it
Thank you,
only
sir.
work on tools?
No, simple items. I believe. I think it works with other stuff. Simple
I
stuff.
learned
Maybe
a
like
similar trick years ago. Don't
simple items. I think if it's just broken and as long as the pieces are there, I think I can kind of put the pieces back together, but I can't create missing pieces.
Oh, okay. So if I've got a bind-up sword that the edge is all chipped and everything like that, you can't restore to that. But if it was bent, you might be able to straighten it.
Or say if you're in combat and during whatever you break the sword into 2 pieces, I can put the 2 pieces together and fix it that way.
Okay.
A handy little trick.
DM.
Yes, sir.
Is it safe to assume that we have the gear and such that we had started like from the battlefield, or did the hag make us? She took all of her stuff and
Oh no, you have all your
nothing.
gear. You have all your gear. Your weapons haven't been improved. They've still got the wear and tear that they had.
Right. Right.
Your health has been improved.
Okay.
I'll take
So, yeah, totally. So, Lorne stands and kind of dusts off clothes, looks to the group, and we should talk to the woman. And, anyone want to come with me?
I'll go with you.
And I'll go with you.
All right. As I'm heading, I mean, did we know where to go? He's just the dwarf pointed over and was talk to that old lady.
Yeah, it was. We walked by her on our way to the smith. The
Gotcha.
old woman knitting on the porch.
Cool. As we're heading that way, I'd like to take off. I'm assuming I have a T-tunic on, and then a tabard that probably has some kind of heraldry device for the army I represented. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're conscripts. We have colors we're wearing. Right?
Yeah, you would have been fighting amongst a banner, so they probably wouldn't have wasted a sort of color on you. It's more go in and fight, charge. So you wouldn't have been kitted out with all sort of nicely adorned items. You might have had a bit of paint on your back or something. That's what they thought of you, basically.
The way I was seeing it was I wanted to get out of anything that was formalized. You know what I mean? I wanted to get just basic traveler's clothes if if this is like standard issue clothing, but you're saying it's more like they just kind of said you're going to the front and you're fighting.
Oh, you've got a pair of slacks and a rag top, you know.
That's kind of okay, cool. Then whenever I'm heading over there, then that's my intention is a different pair of breeches, a pair of solid boots, a good Tthe tunic, belt, and a backpack. That's what I'm looking for. If she can work it up.
Okay. Don, has your camera gone off, mate?
No, I just had to step off camera real quick.
Okay.
I'm still here.
That's all right. It's just moved all the cameras around on screen. So you walk across the square. Who's going? Sorry, is it Nat, Leoric, and Lorne?
I'll be with them.
Okay, so there's 4 of you walking up to her. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello there, how can I help you? 4 of you, four elves and a human. A funny old combination. Mixed folk, mixed folk around here.
Well met, woman.
Yes, I heard you the first time.
As you can see, we survived the battle that you obviously had have heard and maybe witnessed.
My love, I don't hear much nowadays. But yeah, the folk tell me there was some sort of battle in the distance. I can't see too far in front of me. My ears ain't so good either. There's enough hair on them to plait a bloody jumper.
I point over my shoulder. The dwarf mentioned that you may be able to help us in obtaining some basic sundries or goods. Clothing.
She's looking you up and down. I've got a few bits and pieces that I might be able to sell to you for a price. What are you after?
Breeches, tunic, belt, backpack.
Ooh,
I'll trade what I have. I'll trade what I have for the fabric, for you to use for extra fabric.
What that rag you got on? I've got a leather vest that I made the other week out of a doe skin. I got some fur-lined boots, and a tattered cloak. That's all I've got in the way of clothes, my love.
And you'd be willing to part with those?
Oh yeah, this is my old husband's stuff. He died long back, some of it, you know.
And what would I
okay, the vest is...
What would I offer for that?
Oh, the vest is 7 gold pieces, I'd say, for that one.
Respectfully, ma'am, it's not how much they are, it's what would I have to offer. And I just hold my hands up. I mean, I'm like,
she looks
everything that you see on my person is all I have. What do you want for them?
I'm sorry, my love, but you look like you got nothing on you I want. Not that's going to pay for any of that.
Anything we could do by way of trade? Is there any work that you need done? Any maintenance on your house?
No, I got nothing, my love. I got nothing. Like I said, I've got a few items of clothes. I've got a couple of arrows that I got from Goran. They're 1 gold piece apiece. Got a tinderbox, water skin. I got a bit of rope. But I don't trade in freebies, my love. You know, we're called the free folk, but we don't give away stuff for free. And there ain't much on you that I want, you know?
Hey, DM.
Yes.
I just looked at my character sheet and in coin, I do have a couple coins.
I know.
I didn't know. Listen, I didn't know if it was something I had done.
No. You've got 5 of something on you, have you?
I've got 2.
2. That was
and so I take. I didn't realize I had that. So I reach into my belt. I take out the 2 gold coins that I have, and I sit them down like on the edge of her loom or whatever she's working with, I set those down, and that is everything I have to my name other than the trappings I'm wearing. I'm not exactly sure what that'll get me, but I turn around and I look at the group, but I want to contribute this to something worthwhile to help us. And I just look at the rest of you, and I motion toward her, and I step away.
Oh, 2 gold. Let's have a look for this. What's this? Have I got? That's 2 gold. I've got you could have 2 arrows. I've got a tattered cloak. No armor to it, but it give you good warmth. And I suppose I could throw in that. You could have that hand carved doll I made the other week. I don't want it.
The hand carved what?
Doll.
Doll.
Yes, sir.
I look at Cobbler. I look at the dwarf. Your call. 2 gold in the pot. And like I said, I give her a nod out of respect, and I just kind of step out of the way.
I bring out the 2 wolf tails that we harvested the night before in the fight, and I say, I'm sure these would make fine additions to any, if you're making any winter clothing.
Very nice. Who's you locally caught? Are they fresh?
Harvested within the last day.
Yeah, you haven't dried them then. Okay, so they're, I'm going to have to dry those. That's going to take me some time. I was hoping to put them on that dress when I saw you pull them out. I'll tell you what. I'll give you 1.5 gold pieces of one.
Fair.
You selling both of them?
You're welcome to both of them.
No, I takes both of those then. So she'd sort of looking around for a purse. 3 gold. Look, find my bloody gold now.
She wanders in the house to go get her gold pouch.
I'd like to find out if she's got a fillet knife and a sewing needle or a fish hook.
She
I can keep you guys alive.
She comes back out. She's jingling her gold. Yeah, I found it. This is like no way rich at all. It's just like 4 coins in a bag. I got my gold there, so let's put that on the table. She puts a 3 coin ahead. Did I hear you say need a knife? I
could use a really sharp, fine knife for fancy work.
The only thing
a sewing needle or a fish hook.
I got a throwing knife, pretty sharp, made by Goran.
That might work.
I got no sewing kits. Just not something I sell because it's in the middle of nowhere here.
Fair.
Let me just look what I got. I don't. I'm afraid, my love. Yes, I got a throwing knife. I got my husband's old short sword. Bit of a shitty old bow out the back, and a bit of a club. I got a weighted club, but depends how much gold you got, my love.
You're looking at it.
So we got the 3 gold here, and the 2 gold there.
Aye.
So you got 5 gold. Well,
that's what we're saying.
That'll get you 1 throwing knife.
I understand. I mean, it's a fine-looking blade, and that's a fair price for it. It's just times are tough.
I tell you what, I'll give it to you for 4.
All right.
Okay. She pulls out this long, thin, very nicely shiny throwing knife. It's probably about 7 inches long. It's tapered to a thin point on one end. It goes thinner where the handle is, and then it's got a round sort of cylindrical weight on the end, which is the weighing part of it. You can see that there's the initials of Goran carved in the bottom. and his sort of mark has been printed on it. It's quite intricate work for what it is. And Chad's like, there you go, my love.
Test the edge on it. Does it seem pretty sharp?
It's sharp enough to cut reasonably easy. It's no samurai sword, but you know, it will cut easily through a piece of meat or stick into a piece of wood. Being a throwing knife, it's more about the point rather than the edge.
Right.
But it would cause damage. It would cut you if you run it across your arm. Put it that way.
Anything else I can help you with, my darlings?
How did someone say rope and tinderbox?
I do have a bit of rope, but I'm afraid if you've only got 1 gold, my love, you're not going to be able to afford that.
Yeah, fair enough.
How much is the rope?
It's about 4 gold. Made it myself. Quality rope, that is, my dear. Quality. We mix a tender, we get the wheats from down the bottom, and we dries it for a week, and then we wrap it together. I puts it between my toes, and I do. I've got about 15 foot of it. Took me bloody months. That's why I wants the money, you know. Otherwise, I'll use it.
Understandable. I've got a couple of gold. We could really use some rope. That'll be handy. So I've got 2 I can kick in towards it. I don't know if that gets us there.
Well, that'll give you 3 gold, and this is 4 for my bits of rope, my beautiful rope. So you're gonna need 1 more gold, my love.
Interested in the steak from a horse's ass?
I think you ate all that.
I have 1 piece left, actually.
Do you?
I do.
Horse steak, you say?
Harvested yesterday.
Let's have a look, say. Get out of them.
Pull it out. It's
Yeah.
good size.
Done. 3 gold, please. Deal?
Works for me.
A little arm comes up and she sort of shakes your hand.
Good job. Right. Looks like you're out of money. Unless you got anything else you want to borrow. You should look so you're all there.
I don't have anything.
Okay then. I'll, looks like I'm having horse tonight. Lovely job. I just got a bit of porridge. It's last me 2 weeks, this will.
And she sits back in her chair, gets back on with her knitting.
One last thing, the longhouse, that large residence there. What is that?
Oh, the barn. That's where Rowan lives. He's our elder. You know, there's a bit of a store. We keeps our wheat and our flour and all our perishables in there. During the day, some of the kids go in there and there's a bit of a school. Yeah, you know, Rowan lives there mainly. He teaches the kids.
Thanks.
No problem, my love. Safe travels.
I would roll my eyes at that, but he doesn't care. It's there no safe travels here, man. It ain't happening.
Should we sleep? What should we do?
All right.
What about?
The smithy's over there,
Okay.
right? Go ahead, Salty.
I was just gonna say, we'll talk to that lady who was skinning. This wasn't the lady that was skinning the deer, right?
No.
Okay,
that was the elf.
Go talk to the other lady that was skinning the deer.
She's no longer there. She's gone. It's getting quite late at night. It is.
Was that not at a house? That was just.
You can go knock on a door if you want.
Okay. I'll go knock on the door.
You are. Okay. Sorry, mate. I didn't hear that. You are going to knock on the door.
Yes.
Okay. You walk down the street. You walk past the old lady. You see a roe deer hanging up from the It's got his legs akimbo, it's tied up on each top, and it's recently been gutted. The blood's dripping out the bottom, and she said that she's just partially opened it up. There's a bucket of guts underneath, and she is halfway through butchering this, but there doesn't seem to be any sign of her. You knock on the door, but there's no answer.
Okay, then I won't bother. Nobody's answering.
Okay.
Just gonna make my way back to the smith and go lay down for the night.
I agree. Lorne is going to make his way back to the smith, but before he retires, he would like to... Is the dwarf still there?
Yeah, Goran, he's working away.
Okay. I step in the doorway of the smith, not following the courtesy that Cobbler gave him. I step in the doorway. I have a proposition for you.
What's that you say? You want something from me?
I brandish my short sword.
Hey, whoa, lad.
And I lay it down on a table or an anvil or something there.
Okay.
I'm willing to part with that blade for one of your empty coal sacks. We moved a lot of coal. One empty sack could make a difference between us getting to the next place and getting to safety. I'm willing to give up my blade to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sure, yeah. I'll take this tatty old thing. There's not much use to it. He sort of swings it. Got more life in my leg. Puts over to one side. Yeah, you can have one. Yeah. But don't take too many, because I gotta store me coal.
Well, I was asking for one, but you said not to take... Sorry, man. You said not to take too many. May I take more than one?
You can attempt to if you want.
I'm not trying to steal from you. I'll take the one.
Okay.
I'm going to take a good one. A big one.
A big one. They're all the same size, but you take a good quality one.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not trying to steal or anything.
You empty the coal next to the furnace.
Yep.
Great stuff.
Thank you. I'll leave you be. And
Hi.
I'll take the short sword off my sheet.
I'll be done in a minute. So, you guys can get some sleep. You don't want me ratting all day.
But I'd like to point out that I have a really large sack.
There he is.
Then I go back and I retire. Yeah, go back in there.
Okay. You all bed down on the hay?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So as
That's fine. I need to sleep on.
Okay. You all bed down. Sorry, my phone's going mental. You all bed down for the night. The veil of night drops. The village sounds of carts and children playing and blacksmiths and farmers all dies down. It's deadly silent. There's no ambient light. It is pitch black in this barn. But you are in the safety of the town. You do not need to do a long watch if you don't wish a watch if you don't want to. Is anyone doing a watch?
Kind of sleep with one eye open.
Okay.
Still wary of everything.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, Lorne, can you roll me a d20, please?
Lorne can roll you a d20. Let's see here. Big one, baby. Big one.
Big one. Overnight, there is a horrific thunderstorm. Downpours drench the roads. The roads are sodden with water. It actually wakes quite a few of you throughout the night.
Is Cobbler large enough that if I killed him and gutted him, I could crawl inside him like a tauntaun?
Where's actually small for a dwarf.
On the outside.
And I just try to get underneath the straw the best I can, you know.
Well, the shelter of the barn is providing some dryness from the storm, but it does tend to wake you all up, and you do not get a full night's sleep. You wake up in the morning cold, wet, and not fulfilled from sleep. You're damp, and you all gain a fatigue point.
That includes us that don't sleep. I mean, you got a group of elves.
Hang on.
We don't actually sleep. We just meditate.
You were still in the barn. The barn leaked, unless you went somewhere else.
I would like to get up, especially since I'm having a hard time sleeping, and just kind of try and go do a little bit of like hunting early in the morning. See if there's catch like a rabbit or something, or just anything to eat where we don't have to try and negotiate with somebody for it.
Yeah, with the no money that you have.
Right.
Please roll me a survival check, please. 13. You look out across the field, and you do see a couple of rabbit runs going into the woods, and it does look as though there are some holes in the hedgerows along the edge of the woods, which could be deer. But you cannot see visually any rabbits or deer, but it does look as though there's some around. Would you like to pursue those routes?
Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna go after a deer, because if I can get one and bring back a whole ass deer, that might buy us some goodwill with the village.
Okay.
Oh.
Fine. You head across. You head off solo across the field, and you go into the hedgerow line, and it is a dense forest. Can you roll me a perception check, please?
Yeah. But it's going to be a 2.
You see no sign of deer. The tracks go into the woods and they disappear.
That's lovely.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. Yeah, not every hunting day is a success.
I didn't roll it.
It's about being out in the woods and enjoying nature. And it's not about what you get.
It is still a very rainy day. It's not a storming as such, but it is, overhead. It's overcast, and you are getting quite a bit. You're getting rained on.
Yeah, I'm gonna give up on that pretty quick and head back.
All right. You go back to the barn. All the team are up this morning. It's like 6 a.m. Goran is just, you hear him tinkering away in the back, but he's not actually working. You just hear like shuffling and whacking of this and moving of that. How do you want to proceed?
Walk in and just like wringing my hair out, and yeah, it's miserable again.
I mean, it's life.
There's a town elder. Talk to the town elder.
Yeah, we can see if there's any. Well, we can't spend too much time screwing around in this town. We're on the clock, so to speak. But yeah, let's go.
You are down to 6 days of Gwendir's request.
I'll step into the smithy where Goran is tinkering around and setting up. I'm guessing probably laying out tools and planning out his day. Look, we're at loose ends, to be honest. We're probably going to head up to Chalisk, just because this place is pretty self-sufficient, so there's not a lot of opportunities for footloose vagabonds like ourselves. Unless you know of something that I'm missing, or unless there's something that, like, do you need anything transported up to Chalisk that you wouldn't, hey, look, there's a company of guards that would escort it.
Not many guards.
A wagon.
Sorry.
A wagon full of small children.
Yeah.
The school bus.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm lost now. You bastards. I was about to say something. I can't bloody remember what I was going to say. You know, now you mention it, you could take some horseshoes out there for me. Up to Chalisk. Old Davy, the smithy up there, he wants me to make him some, he can't make them. I don't know why they're the most basic thing, but if you're going that way, you can take them. There is no patrols around here, my friend. You know, we are free folk. If a patrol came in here, they'd probably burn the city down because of the elves and the tensions. So
right.
we don't tend to have. If any guards come here, we have to hide. We hide most of the folk, you know.
Right. The place did look a bit temporary.
Yeah, it's only. I think it's about 5 years now. About 5 years it's been going. We've had no problems. We had one escort come through here just before the battle. And he we had to quickly throw people in the woods, but I can imagine when they saw you lot come in. They saw the elves and didn't panic. But no, if you want to take these up to Chalisk for me, that'd be fantastic. Old Davy, his name is. He's the smithy in Chalisk. I'd give you a couple of gold for it if you wish.
We'll certainly take it, and honestly, it gives us some legitimacy for going up, so that's not a bad thing either.
I'll tell you what, he looks around, gets his purse. 2 gold, I'll give you 2 gold. That's all I got, if I'm honest. My missus got all the rest of my money. If you're heading that way anyway, you don't do it, I'm going in there next week sometime.
Happy to do it.
Hey, it's appreciated.
How many shoes are we talking, though?
I think he wanted 2 sets of 4.
Oh, all right. Making sure I didn't sign on for lugging 8 barrels or something.
Can you imagine? For 2 gold.
Yes,
yeah, right, exactly.
I was so waiting for an odd number.
Waiting for the other shoe to drop, yes.
71 horseshoes.
It's for his sister's horse. She threw a shoe, but she's a big bastard horse, so he can't. For some reason, he doesn't have the skill to be able to smithy it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's just because yours are better.
I like this one.
All right, so yeah, bundle up the shoes, maybe throw them in a sack. I'll lug them up there. Yeah, just make sure I got the name of the bloke you need them given to and an idea of where to go.
Old Davy was, yeah.
Old Davy.
Yeah. And he would have told you that the smithy was in the center of town.
They usually are, aren't they?
Makes sense.
Center, O-Town. Fair. All right. So I'll just grab a random sack off the floor and stuff the shoes into them and sling them over my shoulder.
In a pinch, that's a weapon.
Yep. For real. Lock in a sock, man.
Yep.
Hell hath no fury like a tube sock with a pork and beans can in it.
I will take the 2 gold and give them to Lorne.
I look at you. You said that right as I put a piece of food in my mouth, so
That's
I
fine.
look at you. No. And in fact, I look over to Leoric, and I hand you the rolled up like burlap sack. It's a large bag or whatever a coal bag would be. I give that to you, young man. When we forage, you hang on to it.
Oh, thank you. Very wise. That's a good idea.
I don't
That
need
guy's
that.
looking around.
I look back to Cobbler. Keep the coin. Trade it for cloth. We can boil it. We'll have bandages. If anything, maybe try to stop by the old lady again. Get that old cloak. We can rip it up.
Yeah.
Now, are we heading out of town? Or are we still in a kid?
Nope.
I head out of town. The last thing
We
this
find
place
out
needs is to
if
lose
there
one
were
of
any
their
orphans here, because I don't think they'd be eating very well.
Keep an eye out in the doorways and stuff for kids sheltering overnight. Then that's where you could find them. I don't think we're gonna find them here. It's too small. Villages take care of the people in them. Doesn't matter who it is. Cities could care less.
Okay. So you start to head your way out of town, correct? Happy with... Yep. The roads are trudged with mud. The downpour overnight and the continuing rain the next day has caused the roads to be quite significantly flooded, and this will slow your travel. I will ask you... Tell you what. As you walk along the roads, who is leading the party? Who is navigating these roads? This dirt track road?
Lorne does not have a problem being on point.
Okay. So roll me.
I don't know Lorne, so
Say again.
I'm just saying we don't really know you like
Yeah, we've been
kind of
through
the way I feel like the
stuff,
four of
man.
us have been through stuff already. We just met you.
New guy, you're on point. What would you like from me, sir?
Roll a d20, please.
Ten.
10. Okay.
At least it's not monsoon seasons again.
Well, you just had to say it, didn't you?
Oh, I just looking for this.
Could be worse. Could be raining.
Please hold. Okay. So despite the bad weather, you make it all the way to about 2 miles outside of Trask. And it starts to become nighttime. So you've done, it's about, what did I say it was? I said it was about a couple of miles, didn't I? So walking on foot in the rain, trudging through the mud. And yes, you are approaching the city of Trask. A city, sorry. Not a city. It is I'm just trying to find my title screen here. Town.
You think they have a curfew? Will they let us walk in after dark? Or we're gonna have to deal with guards?
Are we
Find
gonna?
out.
I was gonna ask though. Are we gonna try to do any foraging on the way through that might slow us a little bit, but might getting there some food for the evening?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea either. We're gonna need it. Somebody sold their last horse ass steak.
I'll tell you what then, who's doing hunting? Who's doing the gathering?
I'll do the gathering and foraging.
I'll try hunting again. I'm the one with the bow and the arrows. So
Okay, Leoric, can you roll me a survival check, please?
Would it be all right if I aided him?
Yes?
Could Leoric aid?
The two of you go off?
Or I'm sorry, could Lorne aid Leoric so he could have advantage?
Yep. So this would be before, this is all happening before you got to the town, if you wanted to do this, okay?
So Leoric, you can roll with advantage since I'm aiding and helping. Or did you want me to roll, Jinsler?
No, it's advantage. You're helping assist Leoric.
Awesome.
Nice.
Oh,
21. So as you search through the glades and the woodland, you find an outcrop of what you can tell is herbs and berries. You have blueberries, rosemary, thyme, and nettles, all in one area.
Blueberries, nettles, and thyme.
Yeah.
Okay. I grab them up. I grab them all up, and when I grab the blueberries, I'm not just picking the berries. I'm taking the vines with them.
Okay.
And I just throw them all in the sack that Bo gave me. I mean, that
Excellent.
Lorne gave me.
Korvahn, roll me a survival check, please.
Okay.
Come on.
Natural 20. How about that?
Nat 20.
That's 3 this game.
Hot ass dice.
Axors.
Let's not get into combat though, because that is not going to happen. in
Somebody
combat.
figured out the D&D Beyond macro for their dice, didn't they?
I don't know what you're talking about.
As you walk into a sort of lightly wooded area, you notice there are tracks everywhere. You are onto a winner here, and you see in front of you a doe and a small deer next to it.
Man, we do need to eat. I am going to. When you say small deer, like
his child.
less than a year, yeah, I figured
okay.
that, but like less than a year, like if I kill the doe, this other deer is gonna die, or it'll probably be okay, assuming it doesn't come across another hunter.
If you kill the doe, the baby will die. Yeah. It's not. You don't know,
Well,
but
that
it's.
sounds good.
You're gonna kill Bambi's mum or not? Come
It's the
on.
Bambi conundrum.
It's like the trolley problem, but cuter and worse. But we need food, so sorry, Bambi.
Yeah. Which one are you going for?
Oh, I'm going after.
Going for the
Mom.
big one. Right.
Yeah, I have to. We need the meat.
Roll an attack, please.
All right. Get my bow here.
Oh, here we go again.
Not today, Satan. 18.
You sling that bow and you hit that deer in the chest. Now, how much damage did you do?
This much. That's 6. 6 points of damage.
Directly into the heart. The deer drops to the floor, and the young deerling, I'm not sure what a young deer is called.
Fawn.
Fawn, that's the one. Sorry, I couldn't think of what it's called. I was going to say doe, but it scatters and it runs off into the woodland.
All right.
You have killed yourself a medium-sized doe.
I'm going to begin dragging the medium-sized doe back to everybody.
Okay. Can you roll me an athletics check, please?
I will certainly try. +0, so that's going to be... Yeah, nope, I am struggling. That was a 4.
As you pull it through the woods, with the sort of thickness of the undergrowth, you get it halfway, but you are struggling to get that final sort of push towards the group.
Swear to God, if wolves come and steal my deer.
Oh! No, my goodness.
Do I can I hear them? Does anybody seem within earshot?
You're quite a distance from them. You can yell if you would like to yell.
Fuck. Shit, yeah, I don't know what to do here. Yeah, I'm just gonna, start yelling, Cobbler, Leoric. See if I can get anybody's attention. I'm like trying to yell, but also like quietly yell, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't want to give away, draw attention to myself, but guys.
Okay, you're in a woodland, probably about 150 meters away from them, so you're gonna have to yell.
All right, yeah, I'm yelling.
Stage screaming.
Yeah. Hey, buddy!
I've never been yelling this far as much as whistling.
Right.
Okay, you yell, and you guys hear it. Actually, I tell you what. Let's make this fun. Do a performance check.
Performance.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be a good one. I have a great bonus to that. I have a -2. So that's going to be a 14.
No, that's not bad, though. That's not bad. They hear you.
Not bad.
And your call to aid has been heard.
All right.
Oh, what do you want to bet? He pulled another calf muscle. Go check on him. Go check on him.
You enter the woodland and you see Korvahn struggling with this medium-sized deer.
Triumphantly struggling with this medium-sized deer. I got dinner.
Nice.
Good job. Yeah. And a pelt and bones. There's a lot here we can use.
Let's dress it immediately before the sun
Right.
goes down.
You want to take the head or the tail?
I'll take the head.
All right, I'll grab the hind feet and try to hoist between the two of us and get it out of here.
What is Nahta'nos and Lorne doing at this point? Oh, Lorne, you went with Leoric. So Nahta'nos, so you're... Where are you? What are you doing? Are you on the path? Are you on the road?
Well, being as everybody wandered off, I'm going to go with one of the groups.
Okay.
I guess I'll follow Cobbler out there. Assist them if they need it, because...
Yep. Okay, so 3 of you on one side of the wood. Nahta'nos and... not Nahta'nos. Leoric and Lorne are on the other. Absolutely fine.
No. Oh, no. We split the party.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. No,
Just-
no.
Just so I know. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Great.
Okay. So you're gonna butcher the you're gonna butcher it there and there in the woods, or how do you want to do this with the deer?
I mean, we're gonna need to find camp, and we're gonna need water to do this.
So you're dragging it back out to the road.
You're the expert. I'm just carrying.
I mean,
Was there water anywhere near?
yeah. Is there water? Did we see like another babbling brook?
Creek,
Sun-
brook, stream?
Sans hags.
Roll me a perception. I'm gonna need a 20 for you to find it work.
Okay.
Who would you like to roll this?
Who's looking?
Well, I mean, I was on point while traveling, or like when we were
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
I wasn't lobbying to roll, but I will.
For it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, all
You've
right.
been voluntold.
So, do you just want a raw roll or a skill check somehow, like survival or
Roll a. You would have been perceiving as you walked. So roll me a perception, please.
Alrighty. Perception. 24.
Whoosh.
Damn.
As we're walking down the trail, or before you killed the deer, we walk by and there's like a convenience store there. It's like selling a bunch of water. It's got ice.
It's like a Circle K or a Wawa.
So
What are
it
you,
sells
the Dasani
lighters.
elf?
It's fucking Dasani elf. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, exactly that. As you walk down the side of the road in which you were walking is the tributary stream to the brook of where Gwendir was. So it's only a small stream. It's not a river. You can't fish in it. It's no, it is
Right.
very trickly and small.
Wet enough to keep ourselves clean while we butcher this thing. Maybe.
Where are you butchering it? Just so I take it you're both separate at the moment. You've got the deer. Have you taken the deer back to the road? Like, I need to know specific. You were separate when you.
We'd have known about the brook, so that is where I would lobby for us to return to.
Okay.
And probably set up camp there for the night by the water.
Leoric and Lorne, where are you?
Leoric, is getting dark. They'll be setting up camp soon. We should make it back to the road and find them.
By all means, I'll follow you.
Okay.
I thought, didn't we hear them? I heard maybe it kind of sounded like Korvahn out over in that direction.
Well, let's go find out.
All right.
You all meet up next to the brook, and as you come out, you see the three of them sporting this deer. Who's doing the butchering? Or are you not doing it yet? Are you not?
Last time.
Sorry, I'm pushing you forward here. What are you doing next? How would you like to proceed?
Well, it's getting dark out, so first thing I'd want to do is I'll take some of that coal and scrounge around for some kindling and get a little fire going.
Okay. Roll me a survival check, please, on that one.
Sure. 5.
It takes you quite a while to get going, but you do get it going with the help of the coal. But it's not a very big fire. It's only a small teetering fire.
I wouldn't want it to be a huge fire to begin with.
It's probably enough to keep you warm at this stage, but not to cook on at the moment.
Okay. Then if anybody else wants to scrounge around for something to build that up a little bit more, I'm going to start breaking this deer down.
Yeah.
As
I'll
Korvahn
see if we can find some drops.
As Korvahn tries to, I see I'm obviously going to try to come on up to there. Nice job. Thank
Thanks.
you. I like
you.
that. You mind? I'd love to help him and aid him. And so I want to aid him, but I also want to mention, hey, if as you're cutting the meat off, if you can try to get a large portion of the skin, I'd really like to give a huge portion of the skin.
And I'm kind of, as I'm sitting there with the deer, I've kind of got the deer's head, and I'm sort of like almost lovingly looking at this thing. It's it's an animal. It took a life for this. Yeah. There's a certain reverence that I do have for it. My plan is to use as much as we can.
I'm thinking as we look around, all of us. It's my intention. If you can get basically try to get the skin off in one piece, is looking around. All of us, those wolves. I think right now the predator. There's other beasts I fear that are far more dangerous, and I think that's our biggest concern is our safety out here in the wilds. I would love to, if I can make it like one piece of the whole half of the deer, and maybe I'll try to cut a hole in the middle. And my idea is trying to make some kind of like a poncho that somebody can wear and using the hide as maybe to help protect us.
We'll have to skin it and tan it first, but let's get the first part of that out of the way.
By all means, and I'll aid them in any way I can.
DM, real quick.
Yes.
Did I lose my arrow?
Roll a d20 for me, please. 10, you found it. Sorry, it didn't break. 20, below 10, it broke.
No whammy. Yeah.
You got it, boy.
Gang. All right. Let's break down this deer real quick.
Roll me a sleight of hand, please.
Sleight of hand. That is not great. That is a 7.
What were you doing first?
I mean, the first thing I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and skin it.
You're going to skin it.
Yeah.
So you butcher this skin off. You're not your usual standard of skinning.
I'm using a short sword to do this, by the way. So
Exactly. It's a rusty short sword.
Yeah.
And you slip halfway through and you got a big cut through the middle of it, and you got a very low grade sort of skin pelt on you that it's ragged and jagged, and it's got a big hole through the middle of it. Which might play one.
Yeah, I'll kind of set that aside for Leoric for later.
Okay.
And then I'll keep going.
Let's go with
break down the meat.
survival. Last one. Survival.
Oh boy. 17.
You break it down as best you can without a cleaver. You've got a rusty old short sword here, but you manage to you disembowel it. All the guts are on the side. You get the heart, the liver, the kidneys. A couple of steaks. You get like 2 steaks, 2 legs. A big load of meat is what you got.
A whole lot of meat. All right. So we'll set.
It's going to be a lot to carry.
As best we
So
can,
you're going to have to choose what you want to.
Yeah.
do
Well,
with
let's see what we
your
have
own.
left after we eat tonight.
While they break down the deer, can I find something to help make this fire?
Absolutely.
A cooking fire?
Absolutely. Roll a survival, please, mate.
I'll help.
Okay, advantage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, let's go.
You walk into the woodland just to have a look, and right in front of you is quite a lot of deadwood. There's a tree that's fallen in half. It's easily snappable, and you have enough wood for the evening.
Perfect. Got some firewood, gentlemen.
We are surviving our asses off.
Don't say anything yet.
yeah. This is what happened last time. We had a nice point night at camp.
Bro,
And
session ain't over.
Shit hit the fan.
Session ain't over, man.
We don't have any like cook pots or anything like that. I'm gonna have to scrounge up some like
Skewered meats.
some rocks and things to kind of put around the fire to create like a hot flat surface, that kind of stuff.
Skewered meats and hot
Sharpened sticks.
Yep, some skewers.
So for the sake of the meat, I'm going to say you've got heart, kidneys, 2 legs, 3 steaks. Let's say you do 17, so let's say you got 4 steaks.
4 steaks.
A butchered deer skin.
I'm going to, after he's done with all that and he's got the guts and everything laying on the ground, I'm going to go over and pull out the intestines, get as long as possible, and take him over to the creek and wash it off and try to keep the intestines.
Okay, you have
And after doing that, I can.
Sorry. You have a decent set of intestines. You have 1 set of deer intestines.
For right now, just for storage, I just wrap it around me and tie it off kind of like a belt.
Oh,
God.
that's rough.
Empty it? Oh, God.
John, he's never done this. You don't know better.
Loric's gone native. I love it. Okay, you have a intestine belt.
I'm gonna go over and just start washing up my hands and cleaning the blood and yuck off.
Yeah. So you don't lose a hygiene point because you cleaned yourself. Okay. Leoric, I presume you're going to clean yourself when you're at the.
Right.
Yeah. Fine.
Keeping up sanitary.
Evening has arrived. It is night. Your shelter you haven't built, unless you're planning on trying to build a shelter, but we are probably 9 p.m. now. You've butchered, you've got a fire. the middle of a field. Who's doing the long rest? Who's doing the long first to the first watch? Sorry, not long rest. It's on my brain.
Lorne will take the first watch.
I'm gonna sleep. I feel like I worked pretty hard for that deer. I'm gonna rest. Go into trance. Try not to think of the baby deer coming back for revenge in the middle of the night.
Sorry, I'm just doing some shit here.
Rolling some deer stats. Yeah.
Some deer stats, yeah. Kill a deer. That wasn't a deer.
Oh God.
Man, you know what? I didn't want to break immersion, but I was like, he shoots the deer and it transforms back into the person that was shifted into the deer.
Oh God! I killed the druid.
Killed the druid instead.
That would definitely be a nat one, wouldn't it?
Oh God, that's hilarious.
Okay, Lorne, please roll me a d20.
Okie dokie. Gotta get there. 18.
18. The rain and spittle that has been coming down on you for the past day of travel has stopped. The skies open up and the stars are above. It's a beautiful evening. The smoke drifts off of the fire in front of you. All seems well in camp. Who's doing the second watch?
I'll take second watch.
Second watch. Please roll a d20, please, sir.
Let's go. Nope. That is a 5.
And for those 20s.
Also that sweet elf luck I had.
The fire was raging very hard during the night with the nice supply of lumber that was brought to the camp. You've cooked on it, you've done everything on it, but it's still roaring. You can see the flames and the sparks going up into the sky and the smoke drifting off. And as you're sat there looking and your friends, well, companions around you are asleep, almost you hear a voice coming from the flames.
Don't forget our deal, elf.
You. Do I get the impression that it's like...
It is Gwendir.
Well, yeah, I know who it is, but it's like she's... Like, do I get the impression that I can communicate back, or is this more just like a...
This is more sort of image coming to it. You could try and talk back if you want to, but it's very much sort of an ethereal projection through the flames.
I just kind of spit on the ground, and I'm like, we haven't forgotten.
Morning comes by, and it's a beautiful sunny day. And you're in camp. How do you want to proceed?
Take some more of the deer, make everybody breakfast.
Okay.
That kind of thing. Make sure we're fed, ready to start our day.
So last night you were able to eat 4. You have a steak each.
Yeah.
It's 4 steaks.
Good.
4 steaks. So I need to know what you're down to, so I know what you got.
So we ate our 4 deer steaks. I'm gonna say probably eat one of the haunches.
Yeah.
For breakfast. Between the 5 of us is probably plenty. I'll save the other one and the deer heart for later.
Okay.
How restful was our evening?
I will say that you did not lose or gain a fatigue point.
Do we recover all of our skills, though?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Okay.
You had the fire. You had a nice meal. It didn't rain. So.
I guess onward to the next city.
Okay. Who's going to roll for me? You're about halfway. Go on.
I'm on point, but I'm not rolling.
Yeah.
18.
I'll roll.
18. You travel along this beautiful dirt road, which is still squelchy underfoot, but the sun is out and blazing. It's heading through woodlands here, there, and everywhere. You got the stream down to your left-hand side, and an opening opens up into a large meadow. And as you get there, 4 figures stand in front of you. 2 what appears to be elves, and 2 dwarves. The elves are chained around the neck, bruised, beaten, and feral looking. The 2 dwarves are sporting crossbows and looking in your direction.
I'm not gonna fire, but I've got an arrow knocked and ready.
Okay.
A wave.
I'm letting everyone else go ahead and, declare what they want to do.
You wave?
Yeah. What range are we at?
Sorry, I should have said that. Sorry. They're about 50 meters from you. They've noticed you coming, and they're just stood watching, waiting. If you wanted to shout, they'd hear you, but they're not like talking conversation sort of distances.
Are we just out on the...
Sorry, go ahead, Leoric.
I was just going to ask, are we still out on the road, or is like are we near the city entrance?
You're not near the city yet, no.
Okay.
You've headed off on the road. You've probably been going about an hour. You're not far from the city. You're probably about a kilometer away, something along those lines. But as you've come out into this clearing, these guys are traveling in the opposite direction. They're just facing off. But they saw you coming through the woods, so they've stopped. But they're not close enough for conversation. They won't hear you if you want to have a conversation. But if you yelled, they would be able to hear you.
And it's 2 dwarves with 2 elves in chains, right?
Yes.
You said? All right. I want to go over
going to drop back behind Cobbler.
Okay.
And I'll go over to Korvahn slowly and steadily and kind of whisper to him, I see this. I'm with you. You want to kill the dwarves and free the elves. I'm with you.
What I want and what's smart are 2 completely different things right now.
I will follow your lead, but just know you have my back, or I have your back.
They start to look over, but they're not making any attempt to communicate so far. They're sort of coercing between themselves. The elves are they've got chains around their necks, clasped, and they're sort of almost on all fours. They're sort of they look a little bit wild.
This would be the time that I take my shirt off.
Okay.
I drop it to the ground, and I take the dodge action and I charge.
For an attack?
I got a lot of ground to close.
Yeah.
I'm not attacking. I'm just moving quickly toward them.
What's everyone else doing?
You hear that sigh?
Yeah.
I mean, we're a long way away. Like, you're going to start combat way
You're
back
right.
here.
That's why I'm taking the dodge action.
So at this point, I won't ask you to roll initiative, but I will bring up the map. Just so you can see what we're talking about. I have to move some people, but...
That's a good-looking map right there.
That is a good-looking map.
Courtesy of 2-Minute Tabletop.
It is
Hey,
indeed.
hey.
It is indeed.
Hey, man. I'll give him the free plug.
Right? Not a sponsor.
Nope, but they're talented team of people, though, man.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
By the way, DM, my camera was acting kind of wonky.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I just went to this. If you need me back, my beautiful mug, I'll do my best. But
Okay.
I didn't want to like exit out and all that stuff. So let's I'll wing it this way.
Okay, so are you intending to attack? Do I have to roll initiative? Do you want me to roll initiative? Are you going to attack when you get there, mate?
I'm gonna fire that arrow in front of Lorne, trying to like into the ground in front of him to get him to stop running.
Okay, roll a. I'm gonna say is to hit the exact spot to stop him running. You're gonna have to roll a 13
On what would you? What
like an attack? Do like a I don't know, like an attack with a bow.
Straight bow attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jinsler, I move 35 without dashing. Just so you know.
That's a 22, sir.
22. So he is gone. Okay, and you've hit the exact spot in front of him. What's happening here?
And I'll just yell, wait!
May I attempt to snatch the arrow out of the ground?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Roll me a
Sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love that.
Oh, it's a 10. That's not gonna do me any good. It's D&D.
You grab
Fucking
hold of it,
D&D.
but it snaps in your hand. So you have half an arrow.
So I have the back half of it with like the fletching.
Yeah, you
or
have the
something like
fletching,
that.
yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's still a stick.
Sharp stick.
It's still a broken, jagged stick.
This is at this point you hear the dwarf say, "Stop! For the Lord Dreslin! Or we will shoot!"
Oh, are you waiting for my response?
I'm waiting for anybody's response.
I'm getting another arrow out and knocking it, and I'm like, I kind of look at Cobbler like, dude, fucking do something.
Right. I try to like couch it so hopefully Lorne will hear, but they won't. And be like, pull back just a hair. We're gonna get him. Don't worry. And then I'll yell out and go, "You've got to use chains to control yours. That's pretty weak sauce, ain't it?"
Roll a persuasion check. From what I can tell, you haven't got control of your arrows. These do what I want.
So
And burn cowl at your feet.
I've been
I just keep walking towards them like we're gonna have a conversation about this. Obviously, trying to give off an air of, well, sure, you're gonna shoot the elves, but not me.
I'll relax the bow, and I'm just gonna follow behind him just a little bit, like
Okay.
like a guard would.
So as Lorne, shirtless, keeps running at that pace that he's not dashing, he's running. He takes the broken arrow and he licks the fletching of the arrow. And when he does, he whispers something in old primeval elven. And I cast Hunter's Mark on that first dwarf.
Initiatives, guys.
Oh shit. Okay.
Your new friend is feisty.
Oh, he's a squirrely friend.
I mean, given the situation, I was like, well, this is definitely a fight, but I was hoping to get close.
Right.
But that's okay.
Oh shit!
Gang.
Right. So let me roll some numbers. Oh, that stinks. Okay, right.
Got some mood music too.
Know that? Can you see the battle all right? Everyone all right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
good.
can't. I wish my camera was working because I got this huge shit-eating grin in my face.
Right. 25 to 20.
23 for Lorne.
23.
20 for core.
Yeah, just put me down last.
I don't think you are, to be honest. Oh, you might be actually looking at it.
I said I'll be right above him.
20 to 15. Okay. 15 to 10.
Cobbler's at 11.
Cobbler's at 11. So we've got. Okay.
Hang on 1 second, guys. I have to mute for just 1 second. Wait.
Can you don't worry about it, actually. Just do it. I'll do it. Where's my dice? Okay, where were we? 10 to 5.
8 for Nate.
8 for Nat. Right, rollies. Leoric. It's actually above my elf. So,
That's impossible.
well, they both had 1s, and I done a rollies thinking if it's under 10, it's me, and if it's over 10, it's you. And, yeah. It was you. So my elf is lower than your guy.
Sorry about that, gang.
No problem.
No worries, mate.
That-
We're taking a
That
little
guy
while just to
technically
get
goes
started.
first in the second round.
But yeah, if you want to think about it.
He's that late.
It's
Hey, I rolled a 1.
Yep.
It's at this point that we have got Lorne, who has just cast Hunter's Mark on which guy, mate? The left or the right dwarf? Or the elves? What are you doing?
It would be the hunter's mark would be on the one directly south of where I'm at.
Okay, that's the right-hand dwarf. Okay. What would you like to do, sir?
I would like to close on him.
Okay.
I moved 35. And
Do you doing the movement, or do you want me to do it?
I would like you to do it. I'm not set up to do it this time around. Or
No problem.
whatever. Yeah, so...
23. So you're going to walk
close.
Yeah.
So I close on the dwarf, and in essence, for the descriptor, no shirt, tattoos, brand that says Unbroken on his chest.
Yeah.
He's basically in almost like a mindless state at this point.
Okay. As you ran past that... Sorry, go on.
Charges forward and effectively tries to Superman punch that dwarf in the throat with that broken arrow.
As you ran past that elf, he's going to opportune attack on you.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Okay, I've got a 36 AC.
Nat 20.
Yeah, well, you know, shit happens, man. Damn it.
Sorry, I only wrote these this morning, so I'm trying to...
God damn it.
1d8 plus 2. That's 10 points of damage.
Oh my god.
10 points hurt.
I bet it hurt.
And you're attacking that dwarf?
Yeah, that was my kitchen talk. There you go.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, sir, I am.
Because
Go ahead
because he
and-
critted you, we don't do double damage. It is you get an injury, but I'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay, no worries. So should I go with an unarmed strike? It's an improvised weapon. It'd be like a D4,
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah, D4, please, mate. Have you rolled a hit, please?
Yeah, I haven't rolled the hit yet. 21.
Misses. No, it hits me.
Let's do this D4 action here. So that's a 3 on the die, and I have a -1 modifier to my strength, so he takes 2 piercing, but I get to roll the extra die 6 for my, whatchamacallit, Hunter's Mark. And I'm trying to get there now. There is no modifier to that, so he's going to take a total of 7.
7 points.
Or I'm sorry.
9, isn't it?
8.
8, yeah, 8 points.
He takes 8 piercing.
Okay, okay. As you attack him, you stick this end of this arrow straight into his sort of neck. And he's absolutely in agony, but it's like he's taking it like a boss, but, you know, he has got an arrow sticking out of his neck. We're over to Kor.
All right. I'm going to move forward just a wee bit, and then lift up the bow, draw back the arrow, and kind of close my eyes for a second. Whisper something under my breath in Elvish, and when I open my eyes again, that same sort of red glint sort of flows onto the arrowhead for a second, and I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the other. And then I'm going to shoot him, hopefully in the face or throat with.
Okay, you're going for the left-hand dwarf.
Yeah, so that's a 12.
Misses.
That'll be my turn.
Really wish that wouldn't have missed.
No movement?
I already moved.
Okay, sorry.
I'm not going to move. I don't want to get any closer to it at the moment.
Okay. We're over to Dwarf, Bow's Dwarf, as I'll call him, the right-hand dwarf, and he is going to swing for an attack with a... What has he got? So he's got a crossbow, but he's got a shield as well, so he's going to do a shield bash on you.
He has a shield out with a crossbow?
Yeah, his shield's on his back. Shield bash attack.
Okay.
So he's going to use his bonus action to get his shield back, swap weapons. And then he's going to attack with his shield bash. Which is a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that's going to do it.
And that's 2 points of damage.
Hard too. He hits me in the side of my head, and it does real damage. And then the big cut that I have from, I don't know, my shoulder blade down to my kidney, it looks like between those 2 shots, the wind has kind of come out of my sails, but the grim determination is still in my amber-colored eyes.
Marvelous. I'm going to need you to roll me. I'll tell you what, don't roll me yet. Roll me later. And we are over to Elf on the left. Elf on the left is going to charge. And he has a movement of 35. So he is going to charge toward Korvahn.
Nah, that's fine. He doesn't need to do that. No, thank you.
And he's going to do a savage strike.
I said no, thank you.
I don't want to play with you. You can see this venom in his eyes. He's cut on his face. His eyes are black. This is a untreated fellow. It's a 6. Doesn't hit, I presume.
That is not gonna hit. No.
So he swipes away. You're just dodging him, and you're sort of looking at this elf, and the eyes like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And we are over to my other dwarf. You guys can have a go in a minute. He's going to open up his crossbow. He's going to move a little bit, actually. He's going to move over here. He's going to open up his crossbow, and he's going to take a shot at...
Hey, bud.
Yeah?
Could I get an attack of opportunity?
You're on the floor, aren't you?
No.
Oh, I thought you said you were down.
No.
Yeah, you can get an attack of opportunity.
Thanks.
Sorry, I thought you said you were down.
No, I'm real close, but still good. Still in it, baby.
You went too descriptive with the battle, mate. I thought you were dead. No, I'm joking. I could have sworn you said you were dead.
Oh,
Dirty 20. Beautiful.
Dirty 20. So, throw a D4 for the improvised weapon or fist or whatever it may be. He actually takes 2 points of damage.
Okay. Fine. And he is going to shoot his crossbow at Korvahn. The other elf is in the way, so he's going to do a disadvantage, because you're partially covered by the other elf. 8 and 7.
Nope, miss.
Darn it! So, boom, he slings off his crossbow and he just misses over your head. Then we're over to Cobbler.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Right. I heft my sack, the one full of horseshoes, over my shoulder. And I start the momentum going like that as I charge over to the elf that is going after Kor. And I'm going to try to clock him in the head with these things to knock him out so I don't, instead of carving him up with my short swords, out of respect for the elves in the party.
We could have.
So, unarmed strike, is that what we're going to...
Yes, do an unarmed strike, please.
Tries to hit? Okay.
Yeah.
It's a 14.
Hits.
Okay. My unarmed strike does two damage, typically. I don't know if I get a bonus for having 8 horseshoes worth of
how much horseshoe
weight
damage
behind it.
What is the horseshoe damage?
I mean, I'm trying to knock him out, basically, but...
Okay, he takes 2 unlethal damage. Fine.
Okay, that's fine.
Which one is that? Okay, so you clock him on that. You sort of swing it, you hit him, but you don't hit him in the head, you just sort of hit him in the shoulder.
Yeah.
And he just sort of winces and just looks back at you. He's got this sort of feral look in his eyes.
I look at Kor and I go, look, I tried, and I drop the bags and I draw my swords for the next round.
I kind of... Can't save them all.
Over to you, Nat.
Alright, I am going to... In the heat of battle, everybody seems intent on killing each other. I'm going to
run away.
Pick up the leaves around me.
Yep.
As I step into the woods, they'll start swirling about. And I will disappear, casting chameleon skin. And
come again.
I will make a stealth. I'll take a hide action as a bonus action.
Okay.
So I'll move into the woods here.
Okay. Fine. And you are hiding.
Yes.
Okay. End of turn.
And I will move. Oops. The wrong one. And that'll be my turn.
Okay, roll me a stealth check because you've come out in the open now. Even though you are hidden. Roll me a stealth check. Are you, 14. You remain unseen. Everyone's really busy. No one's looking at the moving bush. We're over to Leoric.
Alright, I'm assuming that 30 feet only gets me about halfway.
I can do...
As I'm heading toward...
30 foot...
you move me.
30 foot gets you about there. Where my mouse is. You see that? You can't see that, can you? Down a bit. You can go down about 5
right.
foot. Go down about 5 foot more. I'll move you. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that. Brain's not working. What would you like to do, sir?
All right, so I'm moving there. I'm going to expect another shot to come at me, take the dodge action. And then I will cast Hunter's Mark on the second dwarf.
Which one, left or right?
The one on the left, the one on the left, the one I'm heading towards.
End of turn?
Yeah.
Okay. With the right-hand elf. This one here is conscious of what's going on, and he's going to attack Lorne. Turns around, his master's being attacked. And that is a 7.
Not gonna hit this time.
Not going to hit. Right, okay. Over to Lorne.
Holy shit! I survived a round.
That's a
You know what?
amazing.
I'll
It's only
take
because I
it.
thought you
I'll
were
take
dead.
it. Yeah, right. Well, you know, not quite dead. Okay, so Lorne immediately continues to prison shank this dude.
Okay.
So trying to get there. Come on, actions. Unarmed strike. Ha! No.
Misses, my friend.
Misses. And that will be my turn.
Korvahn.
All right. I am terrible fucking idea, but I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna drop my bow and I'm gonna reach out and try and grab the chain around the elf's neck.
Oh, nice.
And I want to try and loop it around its neck a couple of times, and then sort of just turn around my back to him and just pull the chain over and kind of like I'm trying to grapple him, like lift him off his feet and incapacitate him.
How are we gonna do this? Let's roll a roll an athletics, please. Athletics check.
Athletics. Okay.
Yeah.
This is not going to be good.
The beast is strength. I'll let you do it.
That is 12.
His strength is a 14. So you attempt to grab the chain, and he just fights you off. You know, you're really struggling. He's a fierce little bastard.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I'm trying to. Yeah.
Dwarf on the right is going to attack Lorne.
Hey, that's my name.
Yeah. That's a 16.
That's gonna be enough to do it.
This is the dodgy fucking shield batch that I created without thinking about it. So this is a 1d6 plus 1. 6 points of damage.
You don't need to roll damage.
So he shoves the shield straight into Lorne's face. And he drops to the deck. Damn elf! And then we are over to elf on the left. So this is the one with Korvahn. So he's going to look at Cobbler. Cobbler's just hitting with a bag of...
I pulled my 2 short swords.
Okay, you just hit me with a finger.
I dropped the shoes and pulled them, and that's when I looked at Cora and was like, sorry. I tried.
I tried to knock him out.
Yeah.
So you've just caused him damage. You were the last one to do it. So he's very instinctual because he's like an animal. So he just sort of looks at you. Korvahn has hold of the chain, but it's no way grappling him. It's just sort of like fighting him. But it's not restricting his movement in any way because he's right next to you.
Fair.
He's going to swing an attack on you, and that is a 17.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he's going to do 5 points of damage to you.
Yep.
Slashing damage. So he's got huge claws, like long nails, and he just slashes at you. And he's like, screams in your face. We are then over to dwarf on the left. Dwarf on the left is going to charge at the oncoming Leoric. He's going to go for a swing. That's a 10.
Is that what gets advantage for dodge?
Oh, no. Yeah, because it was a nat 20 second.
No.
So yes, the 10 will hit.
10 hits. That is 4 points of damage. Bashes
You know it's a good game.
bashes you with his shield. Look.
You know it's a good game session when I look down and I see all the players, like, in deep thought, like, trying to figure out how to get out of this pickle.
Yeah.
Everybody got quiet.
We're over to Cobbler.
Right. I take the slash across the shoulder and just kind of look down, look at it, and go, nice. My turn, though. And I'm going to hit him with my main hand short sword, which is the one that's kind of beat up and not got much life left to it. That's a 14 to hit.
Hits.
For 3. Bonus action, I'll go ahead and try to, I bring that one down across.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, I opened up the defense, so I'm going to bring the other one up in, and with the Vex from the hit on the short sword with advantage with my offhand.
Okay. Nice. Love it.
21 to hit
Ooh, definitely hits.
for 5 more.
Yeah.
5 damage is exactly his health. As you swing up, you defeat this foe and chop his head off, and he just rolls along the floor. Nice work. That's my bloody elf. That's a nice guy he was.
As soon as I finish that one, I'll use my movement to get over to Leoric and get into, if I can get right in the face of the guy that was fighting him.
Okay. Nice one. Really good work. Nat. What are we doing?
All right, with a quiet whisper, the winds around me start picking up again as I cast Zephyr Strike as a bonus action.
Okay.
And I will be moving to the elf if I can get there.
What's the distance on that?
I have 30 feet.
Yeah, it's fine. 21 foot, that is.
All right. I'll give myself advantage in my attack. Shoots. 21 to hit.
Absolutely hits.
Good shit, man.
Okay, 3 regular damage and 4 force damage.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
7 in total. So what's that? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's fine. So he takes a hell of a hit there. Yeah, just skewer him real good, and he just stumbles back.
And with Zephyr Strike, hit or miss, I get walking speed increased by 30 feet until the end of that turn.
Okay.
That will be...
He's going to take an opportunity attack on you.
With Zephyr Strike, movement doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity.
Fantastic. Who allowed you to have that?
It's a ranger spell, level 1.
I should have nerfed that shit. Right. Okay. Note to self.
We get spells.
Nerf.
We get spells.
Leoric.
All right, I'm taking a swing there at the one that attacked me.
Oh, definitely hits. Massive hit.
All right, here's the Hunter's Mark damage. And then my sword's damage.
So
9 total.
9 total. He is hurt from that swipe. And he's agonizing in pain. He's just looking at you and he's like... Okay, we're over to the right-hand elf. He's seeing his master's taking an absolute beating. He is going to run up here to assist. So he's going to run onto Cobbler. And he's almost going to, like, jump on Cobbler's back almost. Just like attack you. So... That is a 10.
10 is my armor class.
Oh. And that is 7 points of damage.
Cobbler, from the focus in front of him and everything, and the hit from the side throws him off, and he just goes down in a pile underneath this elf and lays still.
Okay. We are over to Lorne. Death saving throw, please, mate.
All right. Death save, sir. All right. Let's see here. Death saves. Rolling now. Success.
Save. Nice.
Oof.
We are over to Korvahn.
I'm going to retrieve my bow.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a shot at, the dwarf. This dwarf right here.
Okay.
With my short bow. Nat 20.
Oh,
Nice.
Nice.
Loaded dice.
Man.
He's been rolling them
that's gonna
20s today.
be 7
Listen.
points.
He's down, man.
Damage.
He's
Yeah,
down.
And Hunter's Mark. 'cause fuck that
Absolute arrow slaps him straight in the
Right.
neck, and he just drops like a sack of shit.
Yeah, as soon as I see Cobble go down, it's just like, oh, fuck you. And then I'm gonna run over this way.
Okay.
Yeah, Don, we don't tell the DM about the cheating dice only if he's DM.
When we're
I
losing,
swear to
get
God,
the cheating
it's
dice out.
never like this. I don't know what happened. I was cleaning it. It went off. That's my turn.
Okay, we're over to the right-hand dwarf. He sees Nat run out of nowhere. This walking bush beat the shit out of him and run off. Out of his mate. Sorry, you killed the elf. And he's no, he didn't. Sorry. And he's going to run over here and he's going to swipe for an attack. And that is a dirty 20.
Not a hit.
18. And that's going to be a 3 points of damage with his shield. It just shoves you with your shield. And then we are over to... Oh, he's dead. Cobbler. No. Yeah, Cobbler. Death saving throw,
Death
please, mate.
save. Nat 20.
No.
Boom.
Nice.
That was a save, Cobbler?
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Okay, so you
So
know, crit work with death saves, right?
Yeah, I get 1 hit point back.
Yeah,
And
you get
I'm
1 hit back
awake.
and you are rehabilitated, my man.
I'm going to do my best to not give away the fact that I just kind of came back under, because that thing is still on top of me.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're on the floor looking up at this feral beast.
I'm like
just-
trying to possum at him. Just wait till I get
Okay, we're over to Nat.
He hit me with a shield.
Yes.
Okay. I am going to do a bit of magic from Korvahn there and do my own whispering. And that red mist from my hand as I cast Hunter's Mark on him. And I'm gonna swing my short sword at him.
Nice. You guys are banging them out now. Yeah, hits. And you all worried.
And that'll be 10 damage.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
He's dead, my man. You stick that sword in, deesh, deesh, gladiator style. It's just like, just laying his head, and you take out and just chop his head off. He's down, drops to the floor. Leoric.
And then I'm going to use my movement.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Go flank this elf.
Come on, elf.
Actually, how did Lorne save?
You saved the first time, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna move over here. Can I use bonus action for medicine? See if I can help stabilize him.
Yeah, sure. Do it like a death save. I'll let you give him... Yeah, okay. So he gets one extra death, so you give him a death save point. You don't stabilize him as such, but you give him a death save point.
Alright.
Thank you.
We are... Where the hell
On
are we?
me.
Oh, my last elf. Come on, elf.
Wait a minute, I haven't gone yet.
Oh, you haven't gone. Damn it. Boy, I had a couple of years. You all worried. You were all worried. Come on.
I'm going to circle around. Yep, I don't want to be within opportunity attack range, so I'm going to circle around him. I'm going to run over here to Lorne, and as I'm going, I'm taking my bare hand, reaching my pocket, pulling out some mistletoe, waving around my other hand, and basically say, "Let berries be thy medicine." As I cast cast Goodberry. And with one berry, when I get to Lorne, I bend down and drop to my knees and shove one in his throat.
Nice. You're very good at that. That's your thing, isn't it?
That's my thing.
Emergency berries.
So it's one, right? I get one.
You get
One hit
one.
point, yeah.
Copy that one. Thank you.
Nothing that keeps you from dying.
You did.
Right.
And that will end my turn.
On to the last elf. And he's just looking at Korvahn, and he's just like... And he's going to roll this dice. Come on! Ah, suck! 8.
That will not hit. And I'm looking at him, and I'm just so like I get like the one sad tear.
And it's your turn, my man. It's Lorne. Lorne, you're up.
All right, I'm up. Like you're letting me do stuff. Yep. Seriously, are you? Like I can
Yeah,
do
you can
things?
use your half movement to get up, yeah. But I've got a, yeah.
Okay, so immediately, like he feeds me that good berry, and my eyes pop open, and I'm still spurting blood out of a couple different wounds. I grab my short bow. I've got one arrow, and I fire it at that.
Let's do this shit, baby.
Oh, now my question is that I don't know how the action economy supports this, but as a bonus action, can I throw my other hunter's mark?
You can, but I'm gonna have you fire at disadvantage because you're so fucked up.
No, regardless, or just because of the spell?
Because I was going to say that before you've done it. I was about to say you can fire, but disadvantage because you just got off your ass.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and give that hunter's mark a chance then.
Yeah.
So let me get this here. I was not expecting that to happen. Okay, disadvantage, which is control. Boom.
Nice.
Boom.
Disadvantage? Let's go.
18 on disadvantage.
Okay, so here's my normal damage there, and my hunter's mark is an additional 3, so you're looking at 9 piercing at that point.
He's dead. What is the last thing this guy sees?
Huh. I think the last thing this guy sees is... Who's he engaged with?
Korvahn.
Okay, the last thing he sees is his own blood spraying out on Korvahn's face.
That's what I'm talking about.
And everything just goes black.
And I'm just expressionless as like no emotion whatsoever. And I'm just like
Literally at that point, like I sat up with that short bow, I popped off that shot, I see him go down, and I look up and I see, Goodberry boy. He's there. And immediately I just collapse back down on the ground and I'm breathing heavy at that point. Hey, I need to talk out of game for a second. Okay. I have someone in my household that I need to tend to. And I'm so sorry, but I'm going to have to cut this short on my end. My character sheet is available for anyone to use. I'm going to have to dip. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to have to go.
No worries, man. Can you leave your camera on? Or
I'm going to leave. I'm
Yeah.
going to leave everything just the way
good.
it is, but I need to be able to mute and walk away. Okay.
That's fine, mate. No worries.
I'm so sorry. Love you all. Great session. We'll talk about it more.
No
All
worries,
right.
dude. So with the Dresden
Now,
troops now
in-game-
laying on the floor, they are defeated. Around.
Hold on. How do you deal with NPCs dying? Do I have a chance to run over to the elf that just fell and give him a good berry to save him?
With the elf that's just failed? Yes. Oh no, because it went
Yeah.
through his head and his arterial
Then I
spray
will
went
do
onto the...
that.
No, we can't. Sorry, not with that one. He had an arrow through the head.
All right.
The way the bow
I'm gonna-
described it was his arterial spray spraying all over Corvin's face, so that would be...
Yeah.
He's not going to survive that.
All right.
I'm going to kneel down and just kind of put both my hands on Cobbler, who I do not know is not actually.
Yeah.
Like I know he's rough, but I don't know he's not unconscious. I just kind of put both hands on. Like, never thought I would say this, but we need you, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds. And so that same sort of crimson magical energy sort of flows down out from me and into him.
Nice.
That hurts so good. Ah. Looks up and goes, I'm a better doctor than I thought. I just fixed myself.
And he looked like shit. And for the first time, like when you open your eyes,
Yeah.
there is a genuine smile on Cora's face. And like you can see relief sort of wash over him.
Anybody hurt? Anybody down? Get me up.
You and everybody else, and I'll help you up.
Thanks.
Cobbler,
All right.
I need you
Mm-hmm.
to roll me a... where is it?
12.
It's a D12, yeah. I can't remember where I put it. The sheet now. There it is.
7.
7. You have a concussion.
Hmm.
You have disadvantage on mental checks. Until further notice.
Sounds about right.
I'll roll for that when I speak to him next.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if there's anything usable on these bodies. No, I'm gonna search that dwarf that I put.
I'm gonna search this one by me.
His face.
start with Korvahn. Roll an investigation. Yeah, please, mate.
You got it. Investigation. Ooh, I got a +3 to that. Natural motherfucking 20.
What do you
What is
want
that,
from his body?
4? All of it. I want it all.
He has on his person. You find a chainmail shirt.
Gang, gang.
He has a crossbow.
Okay.
With 2 bolts.
Okay. I'm gonna offer those up to whoever wants it. The crossbow and the bolts.
He has a standard shield.
And the shield. I'm not gonna use a shield.
And a small pouch of 5 gold.
Okay. That I will take. So anybody want this shield or crossbow? As I'm like shrugging that chain shirt on. Probably doesn't fit particularly well, but I'm wearing it.
Like a crop top.
Yeah.
Batman in a little coat.
Now say, David Banner, I slashed your tires.
Yeah.
Matt,
Alright.
can you do the same, please? Roll an investigation, please, buddy. With a 15,
15.
chainmail shirt, shield,
Nice.
crossbow, and 3 bolts. You do not find any other things. Anything else you guys would like to do?
I'm gonna go check on Lorne.
Yeah, I'm
Is that
hollering
a
out
light or
there.
a heavy? Lighter crossbow, I imagine.
It's a light crossbow, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go over with Cobble to check on Lorne. And
Yeah. I'm yelling out to them, hey, Lorne could be hurt. He could be healed. Lorne's hurt bad.
So he's sort of fallen into a bit of a, not catatonic, but he is gravely wounded and is just lead on the floor.
I'm gonna do a once over on him to see if there's anything concerning. Like I'm worried he's gonna bleed out or,
Okay.
Something like that.
Screw it, I'll roll for it.
Uh,
Okay,
that
roll,
one. Yep, that's a 5 on medicine. Concussion, baby.
He got. So what did you roll? A 5.
5.
So I'll let you roll his wound. He has got a broken limb.
Oof. All right.
And I'll tell you what. Roll a I'll do it. I'll roll a d10. It's an 8. He's broken arm. He's got disadvantage on all checks or anything related to arms.
That's got to come off.
He'll love that.
well, there's nothing else to do, right? I mean, we have to make him bite down on that broken arrow of his. And
Yeah, I'll set it before we go too far because I don't want it to swell up. It'll make it harder.
Mhm.
Finish up whatever we got going on here.
I'm gonna use my final remaining spell slot, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on. Jesus Christ! Really?
0. I have never seen that.
Apparently, and I do it like the magic happens when I'm like, I'm so tired. Oh my God.
I swear, darling, this never happened before.
Just fire and blanks.
Oh,
How's that even possible?
I don't know. I didn't know you could have a -2 to Cure Wounds. That's fucking wild. I learned something today.
Is that your wisdom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah.
I feel lucky.
Okay.
Uh,
With the last of the
Yeah.
you carrying on?
no, you're fine.
I'm going to collect these chains.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. One of them you'll be able
One's easy 'cause I beheaded him.
Yeah, I was going to say, one of them you've beheaded the guy, so one's absolutely easy. The other one has a head attached to it, and you don't have the key.
Remove the head.
Chop the head off? It's pretty brutal thing. Seeing an elf chop another elf's head off, I'm just saying. Fine, that's cool. Okay, so you've got 2 chains. They're pretty heavy, pretty big chains. Okay. Anything anyone else wants to do?
Shields from you guys. If nobody else wants them, I'll take one of the shields.
You can have this. Yeah, I mean, we can. I'm not using the shield. The shield and the crossbow I found and the bolts. Those are. Whoever wants them, take them. I just wanted the shirt and the gold right now.
Well, I've got a shield, so I'll take the other shield too. If you want to part with it.
So you've got a shield as well. So Nahta'nos has got a shield and Cobbler's got a shield.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're saying.
Okay, Cobbler's got one. Okay.
You won't be able to carry 2 shields.
Not. I mean, I can carry it weight wise, but no, I wouldn't be able to wield 2 shields. No. Can you wield 2 shields?
No idea. With the last of the Dresden troops lay still in the dirt, the echoes of battle fading into hush of the forest. Blood seeped into the roots of ancient trees, and the air thick with the metallic scent of death. The 2 elves, once rabid, feral, now lay motionless. Their chains removed, their suffering ended. Dwarves, stubborn in their final stand, had fought to their last breath, known only to wind up whispered through the broken branches above. The party are battered and exhausted. They pressed onward, and the weight of their encounter lingered. Were these soldiers truly the enemy, or just more survivors? As desperate as they were, no answers came, only promised more struggles ahead. Then they saw it ahead of them, through the break in the trees. Nestled in the valley below, half shrouded in mist, was Tralisk, a haphazard collection of wooden structures and makeshift homes. Built not for grandeur, but for survival. Smoke curled from chimneys and tiny figures moved about in the distance. People, alive and going about their meager lives. A rare sight in these lands. For a moment, there was a glimmer of something unfamiliar. Hope. Just another place to fight and barter and beg for survival. But behind them in the darkness of the woods, something else lingered, watching and waiting. Whether they honoured Gwendir's demands or defied it, the weight of their choice followed like a shadow. And that's where we're going to finish tonight's session.
Nice.
Yeah, good session.
Oh,
You survived it.
I thought I had you again. I was like, they're dead. Men. Awesome. Oh. Damn crits.
All of my good luck for the next year.
What was that about? What was that about?
Dude, I have no idea. I just want to see one last D20 roll for the night.
Give me a 5.
Natural 1. See, it is possible.
Fuck off.
There you go.
Oh, that's just mean. Dear. Right. Thank you everyone for coming by and watching. Thank you guys for playing. I'm going to stick around after and have a little chat in the VC if we want to. If not, don't worry about it. But same time, in 2 weeks' time, we'll bring back the hunger. And don't forget, guys, we have Everlorn on Thursday and Power and Prophecy on Sunday. So please pop by, drop the guys a follow, give them a lurk, whatever you want to do. And we shall catch you then. Thank you very much. See you then.
Thank you.
All right, see ya.